Hello, and welcome to D4, where I, Dustin,
And I, Devin, co-DM a 5th edition game of Dungeons.
and Dragons.
Yay, dragons!
Woo!
Both of them.
This coming week,
No, just dragons.
this coming week is Thanksgiving, and in the midst of challenging times and global uncertainty, we extend heartfelt wishes for a happy Thanksgiving to all of our viewers and listeners. May this week, as we spend time with friends and family, serve as a reminder to find solace in the small joys, cherish the moments of togetherness, and cultivate gratitude for the resilience that unites us, even in the face of chaos. Let the spirit of Thanksgiving and good food bring comfort and hope as we all give thanks to the times we create together.
And with it being a holiday week, we're just going to quickly take a moment to thank our sponsors, Die Hard Dice, D&D Beyond, Idle Champions, Beetle and Grimm's, Eldritch Foundry, and Meeple Madness. Please make sure to get your free Idle Champions chess code by using the code at the bottom of your screen for those watching on Twitch. And please go support all of our sponsors and let them know who sent you by and you can do so by using D4BFFs for discounts at Die Hard Dice and D4D&D for discounts at Eldritch Foundry. And also, please follow us on all our socials at ElderIENT.
Without further ado, let's immerse ourselves
Into the Chronicles of D4. And we're back.
Last time, on Double Doggies and Decking a Delinquent, the group all awoke to a calm morning where they decided to instill a little bit of their own chaos. Seisha and Gariel enjoyed a moment aboard the Chained Mermaid as Harold and Petunia played a lovely game of What's in My Pocket with the robe of useful items. While pulling from the road, they pulled iron doors, 500 gold worth of diamonds, a window, and 2 loyal mastiff dogs.
Peanut butter and jelly.
While Orkira tried to calm Biblio, who is a full-grown mimic now, from trying to eat the new evasive creatures that randomly appeared in a room it is aimed to protect. But during the great chaos, Harold accidentally knocked over the window as it had fixed itself magically into the floor, creating a viewing portal between the common room upstairs and the main room of the tavern below.
Karina takes some time out of her morning to visit Venley and Davil's closet mansion. Closet mansion, that's good. To brighten her morning with a gift of a jeweled metal headband and ear cuffs woven with a wreath of poisonous nightshade flowers. Eventually, everyone joins in the common room with Pixel and Declan overly excited about the new dogs, and Fala joining in on praising the new dogs aptly named Peanut Butter and Jelly.
As the discussion switches back to a focused decision making and how to prepare for the end, Fala gifts the group with a few healing potions they were able to set aside now that the BFGs had brought a little bit more order to the chaos that was the ruins of the Splendor. And as the group begins to send out sendings to their allies to bring aid to Waterdeep, Seisha moves up to a reading nook where she communes with her guardian Solar and learns that the threat of the Elder Eye is to all of Toril, not just Waterdeep. And through her Solar, she speaks to all of the Mistcallers on the world, rallying them to aid in their own way.
The group then begins to send messages to their allies, rallying them and warning them of what is coming. From there, the group heads south towards Blackstaff Tower, where they encounter someone thanking Harold for the autograph last 10 day, when the BFGs were still in Wrath. But the fan had autographs from all of the BFGs. And as they move towards their meeting with Staves and Steel, when they almost arrive to the tower, they hear Harold's voice coming from a nearby tavern, where they find Harold on stage selling purple pants. Seisha and Orkira do not find the situation funny as anger overtakes them, and Seisha ends up punching the faux Harold. After a bit of talking down the situation, Harold learns that the culprit is none other than his little brother Halfir.
After de-escalating the tension of the con, the BFGs move to speak with Vajra and Laurel, where they find a gathering of all of their allies and factions that they have made and formed within the city. The party informs them of what they accomplished and let them know what they have planned next. Their allies reassure them that they have Waterdeep, and as Salazar puts it, let's go be adventurers.
I'm so glad he finally is accepting that title in himself.
The group then heads to the field ward and meets up with Nim, and as Vinley's crystal and Petunia's pouch and Seisha's armor all begin to resonate violently as Nim approaches, Seisha realizes what is about to happen, turns to flee, but as she does, the crystals affixed to her armor and the ones from Vinley and Petunia all fly out and slam into Nim, covering him head to toe, now with a crystalline armor of his own, as he says, "Oh, this is inspiring." And that is where we pick up tonight's episode.
Are you okay?
And the crystals move with him just like they moved with Seisha. And it is, you can still see that elegant, almost butler-like automaton kind of like covered in almost ice. But it is all this crystalline form. He moves. I feel nothing different, except there is more of me.
The voices?
And you can see in the center of his chest where he always would press and have it open, there's just this pulse, almost like a heartbeat.
Maybe this is a good time if we have it to explain to Nim timing on putting everything together.
I think it's a little late for that.
Well, I mean, he's not
Because
a
now
giant...
if they get Nim, they've got the entire thing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm talking more like the one that's in Nim and the rest of them, and the reason that we don't want him to turn into a big ball.
We did already, didn't we?
I don't remember.
They haven't
Oh.
fused.
I think he's got the gist, but doesn't know the particulars.
Well, you can all explain that to him then.
Okay. Nim, here's the situation. If, for whatever reason, the innermost crystal touches all those outermost crystals on your body, not only will you unfortunately expire, but on the other side of that, wherever that happens, those crystals will become an enormous, what we have been described as like an orb, ball, something like that. It's going to be too big to move. So
So just
we
keep your
can't.
chest shut.
Was that?
Just keep your chest shut.
Yeah, so keep your chest shut, and if things
And don't get kidnapped.
yeah, and if things start going bad, just leave us.
I think keep your chest shut and don't get kidnapped are two very good pieces of advice for everybody.
Yeah, that's true. However, in this particular case, if something terrible does happen, which I don't think it will, but in case something terrible does happen, just try to keep in mind that should the pieces come together, it will be an enormous orb that will be too difficult for us to move. So our goal, of course, is to keep you as stable as possible all the way to the very end. Do you have any questions?
It seems forthright to me. I
Cool.
guess it would be your duty to make sure that I reach my destination.
Yep. That is the plan. I know you're very capable though, so it'll be a joint effort.
Yep, it's your duty to stay safe no matter what.
And if something happens very early on to all of us, before we even get down there, head back to the city, look for V and the rest of the Vedoroks, and they'll figure out the next steps.
I don't know much about Gond and his capabilities. Is there a way to have a contingency teleport on you?
Oh, that's a really good
Or are
idea.
you in general capable of teleporting?
He's not magical.
Yeah,
No, but
we also
Gond is
don't know what
blind.
all we don't know what all these crystals can do though either.
Well, the ones that we've had on us didn't do anything, but perhaps with the key crystal that's inside him, he can do more.
That was my thought.
I can actually cast contingency.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm
It
so
won't
glad you're
be
home.
today, but
Nim will say, there are many things that Gond can do that mimics what Mistra can, but it is technologically done.
Well, it doesn't really matter how it's done as long as it's done.
That's actually
right?
better than a contingency.
honestly, yeah.
Because if something goes wrong and we're very close to the end, and then the contingency goes off and Nim disappears, well, that's a huge problem. But if there's like a switch that can be pressed, that's significantly better because then we have, everybody has to make a choice to do that rather than it just happening.
why don't we just banish him in
I can
a
do that.
fight if he gets in trouble? Nim,
It's for a minute.
We can attempt it. I'm not against trying.
Wouldn't he just return back where he was?
After
if
the
person's
fight.
killed?
after a fight.
But if the person is killed, doesn't he just come straight back?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then,
So then when the caster is killed,
so the
he's
primary
gonna be right back
objective
in the same
shifts.
position.
Seisha,
I
the
think it's-
primary objective would switch from Nim to the caster of the banishment. The protection.
I'm assuming that the banishment would be a last minute resort.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
I think it's good that we
So
have
then if
a
it's
variety of
last minute
plans.
resort and it's going to put him in a pocket for 1 minute, and then
What
he
is the-
comes back.
What?
Then we
do you
die.
understand that we have killed almost every major enemy we faced within a minute?
Yeah.
Do you understand that we're up against the end?
Yeah,
And you know what
and
I
we've
understand?
scraped by in most of these fights?
yeah.
And you know what?
We're going over
not,
our options.
we're not going to know what our options are until that moment. And I trust you all to have each other's backs in my back. So
I think it's good that we at least are putting it all out there of
Yeah.
what we can do so that when the moment comes, we're not scrambling, wondering what we can and do in that moment. We at
I'm
least
just
know.
saying I don't think the banish is going to work because he's going to be right back where he was when that banish was cast.
The idea is we would banish in a situation where he's being focus fired very hard, and I'm not trying to talk about you, Nim, like you're not here. I recognize you're here, dude. I'm just saying if he's in a bad situation, he's getting focus fired, and we can't stop him from getting focus fired. I think it's a genius idea to just be able to be like, okay, well, we have
Put him in a safe place.
we have at least a minute to draw.
It's y'all's
attention.
responsibility.
We know.
I think it's sort of everybody's
No,
responsibility.
it's not mine.
Okay, I get that you're in a bad mood, but we are trying to save the universe,
I
right?
get that, Harold. I'm going to help save the universe.
Okay. So it is all of our responsibility.
No, you can take care of him.
He's sort of the major objective.
Well, then you better be on your toes.
I'm
I don't
sorry
know.
if I have become.
I don't know at what point you changed positions on all of this.
I never changed position. I told you from the beginning I didn't want him coming along.
We
And this
gave
has
you
just
the-
gotten worse and worse.
Okay.
So let's just get the job done.
I apologize if I have become an inconvenience.
You haven't.
haven't.
You haven't, Nim. It's fine.
All right. Well, we're all getting it out in the open now. Let's go ahead and finish whatever else we got to get done.
Do we need to get any more supplies or inform anyone else?
Harold, it's at this point that Manchun speaks up in your mind.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna again suggest perhaps you bring a second body for him, just in case.
I know that you're playing me here, but I honestly don't think that's a terrible idea. Because I know that you just want the body for yourself, and while I completely understand your stance on that, we can attempt it. I'm gonna turn to everybody and it's like, okay, so here's what it is. Manchun is saying we should bring a second body in case something happens to the first. However, I think we can all agree that his thought process is before we get rid of Nim, he's going to be turned into a Warforged.
Why would we bring a second body? If Nim gets destroyed, that crystal is touching the others, and that's it. Game over.
Yeah. If we lose Nim, then the
His
problem is moving the crystal, not
is
getting
his
rid of the
idea
body.
maybe porting it? I don't know how your Warforged
Ask
works
him
here,
why.
but is
Ask
his
him
idea?
why.
Let me finish. Is his idea maybe porting him in if we detect that there is danger that could obliterate him? If we could ask him
Possibly.
that.
I really think the plan is for him to put himself in his own body, but I'll
Well,
ask.
yeah, but
He'll speak up. You know where my allegiances lie, and that's to myself. And as much as I do want to put myself in another body, however, having a world to inhabit said body is far more important than me inhabiting a body at this point. And as always, I put this world about even with myself.
Fair. You,
catch me agreeing with this
in your mind,
And
how do you...
we know that he has the ability to transfer a soul from one to the other.
That's a good
What's
point.
to say that he cannot do the same to himself if it comes down to it?
it's very true.
And I will explain that to everybody.
Yeah.
That's very
I'll look.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'll look over at Nim.
Forget we can't hear him.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do the reincarnation stuff that you do, but I know my stuff usually takes an hour. How long does it take for you to move souls?
About the same amount of time.
I
And
watched
can you?
It takes about the same.
And can you do that to yourself?
Thinks for a while. You can see like computing calculations. I am unsure, but it is a possibility.
Do you have a spare body?
There is one.
I was gonna say, does the body have to be mechanical?
Is it made of spoons?
What?
I had a weird dream once. I just want to make sure it's not made entirely of spoons.
I mean, if you melt the spoons down to make like the actual Warforged stuff, then are they still spoons once they've been melted down?
It's a very philosophical
I am-
question.
So is dealing with souls.
I just want to make sure I'm not like a diviner now myself.
You're not, dear.
Thank you.
I'm sure a assortment of cutlery could be melted down and forged into.
No, it's okay. What do you have now? For the 3 people in the audience who remember Spoon Heckler, I appreciate you.
Oh man, what a callback to a LARP. And you go. There's one set aside.
Set aside for what?
It was a prototype. Thanks for a second. As I guess many of them are. Each one unique in their own way.
Do we have a way to comfortably...
Vinley's hole.
Do we have the
It took me a second to realize what you were talking about, and that makes a lot more sense now.
do we have the telepathic bond up?
Yes.
Have we ever figured out, can Manshun hear us in the telepathic
Yes,
bond?
he can.
Yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah.
All
Definitely
right.
can.
Well, then Orkira's just going to say this out loud because she doesn't care, but she was trying to stop an argument.
Here's the thing. I think I'm agreeing with the whole idea that if Nim's body gets destroyed, then we need to focus on moving the crystals. And if we have to take the time to talk about moving souls from one body to another, at that point we've lost the thread. If we're gonna go, I know it's hard when we're about to go. You have the second thoughts about, do we have everything that we need? And the chances are we don't, but we gotta go. And I think we just have to trust Nim to protect himself and us to protect Nim. And then if Manshun wants another body, he can pay for the resurrection.
I respect what you're saying, and I agree on some parts, but just let me be an asshole and throw out the opposite perspective. Healing Nim, if he does get hurt, is going to be significantly more difficult than healing one of us.
Nim, can
By
you be
having a
healed with
second-
healing magic? Or
What's
do you
that?
require can Nim be healed with healing magic, or does he require mending?
I require mending like an object.
I have mending.
I do as well.
I also have mending.
It
But-
Okay, so
also
we got
probably
3.
isn't going to have a huge effect on him, so we need to keep the two of you very close to him.
But what I'm saying is, I know that mending will take a significantly longer time than it would for just like a heal spell. So, in a
Not the
way,
cantrip. It's
having
just
this-
as fast, but it's going to be a lesser amount.
having the second body basically means we can heal him to full once.
Harold, how are we going to move the crystal to the other body without opening the chest?
We don't know.
So
And-
why are we burdening ourselves with a process that's going to take an hour when we're not going to have an hour to do it?
In case
This
we
isn't
need it.
exactly. This isn't exactly a foolproof plan.
Just
This is
throw the body in the hole. It doesn't make a difference if we take it or not. If we can use it, we can. If we can't, we can't. Let's just do this.
I have a question. Did we ever get? They said that if they come together, they're going to be a giant ball. Do we know? Like, we know obviously too big for us at our current size to do it, but do we know? Just in trying to, I have an idea that might not work, but so there's this thing called a dung beetle. A dung beetle, I can change into a dung beetle. I could change into a large dung beetle, a very big dung beetle maybe, because they're not very strong or resilient, or, well, they are strong. A dung beetle can lift 1,141 times its own body weight and move it.
That's
And
a
I
lot
just,
of math.
I just realized if the worst happens, maybe I could dung beetle it out of there.
It's good to keep on hand just in case.
Can
We don't
you-
know. It's a
can
lot
you
of things we don't know.
Can you
I-
change the size of what you're turning into? Because
I think there's
unless
giant
there
ones.
is a giant dung beetle, I've never heard of them. I've only seen the small insects. And my understanding is that druid magic, you can't change the size of the creature.
I can't change the size of that dung beetle, but in my world we had dung beetles that did all of our construction.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. Can you turn into one that size?
Yes. I can turn into a dung beetle that if they're like the ones in my world.
We also have to consider this isn't a ball of poop. It's a giant magical ritual, and it may lock itself in place.
We don't know for sure, though.
We don't know
This
for
is-
sure. I just think
all
we
of us
should
just.
we should have all the
This
ideas
is
on
an
the
awful
table
lot
just
of
in
hopeful
case.
planning and not a lot of realistic planning.
Well, we don't have any realistic idea of what will happen.
I think it's best if we know what we can all do, because at this point, I still don't understand half the magic you guys can do. It's a mystery to me. It's nothing I'm trained in. So
And even
knowing
now,
knowing
it's so
things helps.
uncertain.
Yeah. When something's uncertain, I think it's best that we have all the ideas in our heads so that we can go, "Oh, I remember that thing Harold can do. Harold, can you do that?"
It's a great idea.
And it may not work. It may work.
And anytime that you
figure it out.
anytime you are innovating, it is good to hope for the best, but plan for the worst.
Yeah.
But yes,
And
I can
right now
become a
we're
giant
planning for the
dunghill.
best.
I believe contingencies are planning for worst options, not planning for best.
That
Seisha
is a-
just glares at Nim.
I step in the way of Seisha and Nim and meet her gaze.
But if it comes up, I can get 12 feet big as a dung beetle, 12 feet tall.
I think it's a good idea.
Just in case or even if we need to make some kind of retreat with a lot of heavy things. I can turn into a lot of things in a day now. So
We should, like, I think having the options of, because you are kind of the Swiss Army knife of the group. You can basically handle any situation, whereas a lot of the rest of us are very specialized. I feel a little rough in that the most I can really do is, like, I have a few tricks, but realistically speaking, there's not going to be a lot of talking to people going on down there. So I'm going to lean heavily on you guys, and I'm going to try my best to just focus on Nim protection. Because the best part about me is I can hit people from a really long distance with my knife. So I can sit back with him, make him invisible, do a lot of widgety stuff to keep things off of him, but I'm really leaning heavily on you guys to do most of the heavy lifting because outside of the drow we're inevitably going to run into, there's not going to be a whole lot of talking to stuff.
I suggest you make a plan for what's going to happen when someone casts locate object for one of the crystals then.
Then
If they haven't done it by now.
true.
then
I wouldn't count on that to stay.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
Yep.
Something that you have brought up for one body, but not for another. They cannot
Doesn't have
locate
to
something
breathe.
that is on a different plane. I could be inside your portable hole.
You could.
He doesn't have to
Holy
breathe.
You don't have to breathe.
Holy shit.
Do you mind hanging out with a bunch of undead?
They're very nice.
They're very inspiring.
I have no problems with undead. He thinks about it. I've technically made a lot of dead.
Oh, true.
I mean, you're not the only one.
Okay, so that is a really great idea. We can put the prototype and him in there. If we I think we should not have him in there unless it's getting dire. But I don't know how quickly you can get the hole out, get him in, and then pull it back up. I think that
Or
takes time.
perhaps the opposite. Only bring me out if I am necessary.
Boom.
True.
Probably a better idea. Yeah.
But I feel like, if we're being realistic, that's probably the smart move. But I would hate.
I think what you were suggesting is you offered me a time to see some things that I have not been able to see, but I will let you know that Vinley took me out to see the city. I have seen plenty. And if it is necessary to be a sacrifice in both in a whole and in the end, I will do so.
Well, we'll figure it out one step at a time.
It's not a field trip.
Oh, hush. Don't be like that right now. I just figured something out. We can bring him out of the hole. I can put him into a globe of invulnerability, and he can start his ritual when we start ours.
Oh.
I also have Sanctuary.
Globe of Invulnerability, that sounds insanely powerful.
It's incredible. Mishra taught me it.
Wow.
Hell yeah, Mistra.
We've also got that.
That was a real thing.
Yeah. I've also got. Well, we all have the Cerulean magic, and there's that one spell that basically makes someone invulnerable to everything. I had two thoughts about that. One was cast it on Nim or whoever was important to the ritual. The other was to cast it on me,
Oh, yeah.
because
You-
then
That's not a bad idea.
You and Seisha were my front runners.
Yeah.
But that's a later problem and a later decision when we get into a later conflict.
But good to know.
Yeah, I mean
One
that-
last thing to note. if the worst has come true and the Mad Mage, and I asked Manchun, I'm like, that's what Mad Mage, right, Hallister? Black Cloak?
I
Yes.
think so, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so if the Mad Mage is on their side now, if they've turned him, the biggest threat, in my opinion, is the fact that he's going to know that place in and out, and the only one of us that knows it reasonably well is in my boot right now. So if we get turned around, or if he works in some sort of way to try to keep us from getting where we're going, we're going to run into a lot of problems, and we're going to have to lean real heavily on Manchun. Manchun, are you cool with helping us should the Mad Mage start trying to turn us around?
I'll do what I can, but unfortunately, when you get to Undermountain, that is his domain. He is the god of Undermountain.
Got it.
To put it into a metaphorical sense.
Yeah, Manchun just said that the Mad Mage is a god in Undermountain, so he can only do so much without being able to physically do things, which, still, we can't trust him to physically do things yet. I plan on trying to work on that, but we just don't have time right now. Is there any other planning we need to do here and now? Any other last-minute thoughts before we all make a break back and try to finish up the last of our whatever we're doing before we go?
As a question, just because I have a spell that might help us later, do we think Undermountain has a lot of bugs?
Yes.
Okay.
Manchun will reply to you, Harold, Undermountain has a lot of everything.
Manchun actually says it has a lot of everything.
Okay, because I can...
all sorts of weird shit down there.
I can turn relative to each other, but I can turn bundles of insects into giants.
Oh.
So if
Hey,
if for any reason
I mean, it works. I'm not. This is not me laughing incredulously. This is
oh
me
no,
like,
Karina's like nervous laughing too because she's like, I can make like 10 giant centipedes or like one giant scorpion.
That got Ethan. That didn't get Harold. That got Ethan.
Please don't need two centipedes. I'm cool with anything else.
Okay, but
I just decided Harold has that fear too. No.
But one time when I was trying to escape my brother who was torturing me, I turned a spider that was in our mountain into a giant spider, and it blocked the tunnel, and my brother couldn't get past it because he was scared of it. So, it.
I feel that. I feel that in my heart and soul, and I understand. And
Although a giant scorpion sounds real cool.
I'll make sure
cool.
to.
Scorpion's cool. Even giant mosquitoes, a-okay.
Oh, I can do mosquitoes too.
Centipedes.
I could do any insect, and I can. It's concentration, but I can hold it for up to 10 minutes. Wow. If we really got to get the hell out of Dodge, or I could just make some giant spider mounts, and we can run the hell out of there.
Okay.
Are you okay, Harold?
Yep. I'm great. This is like Harold rolling natural ones on deception. Yeah, I'm fantastic. Not thinking about...
Karina's like, oh, is this how Venley feels when she talks about all the, like, freaky necromancy she does? Karina's like, it occurs to me that what I do is a little fucked.
That's a good spell to have on hand. I think we have, as far as potions go, everything we could possibly reach at this point. Mm-hmm. What are there any other elements of this that we need to take into account? Rations? No, we've got the bag. We've got the bag of food, so that doesn't
So
apply.
we're pretty... I think we're actually pretty set.
As set as we can be for something of this caliber.
Oh! There is one more thing. I'm not using this. It was a gift. But I think it'd be beneficial for me to pass it along as it was passed along to me. I will go to Karina and I will put a ring in the palm of your hand that has 2 rings attached. And this is a ring of spell storing.
Okay.
You can put up to a level 5 spell in it. And it's just a spell you cast without having to cast the spell. So, like, you could cast something in it today and then leave tomorrow and be ready to cast that for free tomorrow.
Okay, so these are essentially 3 uses of a spell that cost nothing?
So it basically...
Because he said 3 rings, so...
It's just a description.
Okay,
No,
okay.
It's 2... Think of it like... if you put it in your sheet, you'll see the picture, but it's like a ring connected
A double
over
ring that makes your fingers do this.
Yeah.
Oh, like a sling ring.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say
Yeah.
like a sling ring.
Got it. Thank you.
You could put up to a 5th level spell in it,
Okay.
and you can cast that for free once. I could take like a couple of hours to put like a fireball in it if you wanted, or if you think you have something better.
Goodness me, no. I could. Let me think.
Yeah, it's yours.
You said up to 5?
Up to level 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I put a revivify in it?
Oh, that's a good plan. That
is a great idea.
It's a good idea.
Throw a revivify in there.
Yeah, so Seisha would have to attune to it.
Yeah, you have to attune to it, put the spell in, and then unattune, hand it over,
Okay.
and then they attune to it.
Yeah, we can do that while we're sitting here talking.
Yeah. So that's a very good idea. So
Is there a way you want me to indicate what we have in it, or just write it
You
down?
would just make a note, but if you want to add the item to your...
Yeah, I've got it added and,
Yep, and then...
and
cool.
everything.
I'll take it off mine.
Awesome.
I wish I had seen that I had that sooner. I forgot I had it. I would have just given it to you a long time ago.
That is okay. This is the phase of a D&D game where we all quickly go, what do I have?
Yeah.
I still have a potion of mind shielding if that'll help anyone.
And I got 2 potions of slipperiness.
I've got
I
one.
also have a mind shielding potion and sanity.
I also have a potion of climbing. I've never needed it. But
Same.
something tells me I'm going to need it now.
I also have
Who can cast protection from evil and good?
Me?
I would suggest everybody cast it on themselves when we go into this.
Good plan.
That is probably going to be the most valuable spell to concentrate on.
The trick is it only lasts up to 10 minutes. So we have to
I'm saying when we go into the final battle.
Right. Oh, agreed. 100%.
That's the concentration spell to focus on. Because if one of us gets mind controlled or put into the void, we're fucked.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to cast it because I need to have Circle of Power up.
Which has saved our lives before.
No offense meant to mention.
You just hear, yeah. Hubris. It sucks.
I also have a potion that gives someone dark vision for an hour. I don't know why I have all these potions.
Yeah, I just have mind shielding.
Nim, are you ready to go?
I have been ready for 4 days now.
It's like I've been waiting on you fuckers.
I was ready when I first agreed.
Thank
you, Nim.
Let's go ahead, head back home, do any last minute things we need to do, and then tomorrow morning we're doing this thing.
Out of play, isn't this? We're leaving today, isn't?
Oh, are we leaving today?
Yeah,
Is that the plan?
yeah.
If we're,
It's the next
and
day.
we're leaving today.
Yeah, I thought that's why we're picking up Nim. Is we're picking up
Oh, then let's
on
fucking
the way
go.
to doing the thing.
Excellent.
Nim is our last stop before all. That was
Then
my understanding.
I am down. I will say, I'm a little spent. No, I'm not a little spent. I'm fine. I'm only missing a 7th level spell. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can take a short rest because you did the attunement and revivify and then attunement.
Sitting here talking and
Yeah, so
all
you
of
could
that.
at least easily have taken a short rest.
Sure.
For our warlocks.
Does the diamond get consumed when I put it into?
It does.
Okay.
It does. So because
So I don't need to give her a diamond as well.
Nope. So it basically you prepped and it's ready to go, and so whenever Karina goes to use it, it's ready to go full tilt.
Oh, I have a ridiculous question, and the answer really should be no.
I don't want the reviewers to know I'm an idiot.
Oh, that you're a warlock and you could have been doing this all along, and now you have access.
know is that I'll use a 7th level spell to cast project image, and I could have just warlocked that and just gotten it right back.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the stuff I've got now, and I'm like, whoa, hold on. I have a free animate dead. When did that happen?
Orkira has a question.
Yeah, so the ridiculous question. If Orkira casts Revivify into the ring using her power that doesn't require the diamond, but you take the -2 penalty, does the person who casts it with the ring, do they get that power? And then do they get the -2? Or do I take the -2 when I cast it into the ring? Or does it not work at all?
I think you take the -2 when you cast it.
Yeah, if the diamond's consumed in the casting, then you have to consume the exhaustion to finish the casting, so it would go through you.
Yeah, so
that's my guess.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I'm just having this
I tried
very
reading.
wonky. Yeah. No, I could see it going a bunch of ways. I could also see the DMs being like, that is not going to work because it's a weird thing. But like the thought is there of Orkira casting it, and then we save the diamond for last minute stuff.
Yeah. The
thought last. Well, the advantage in this is if I go down, there's a revivify.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Necessary.
Also,
Venli, you can cast it too, right?
yes, I can. Since I've woken up, I've gotten spending actual FaceTime with gods actually really helps your connection with them.
Yes.
That's a factual statement.
It's very nice.
Orkira looks both happy and sad, kind of at the same time.
Aww.
Karina, same, because all she gets is birds.
Anyway, it's just a thought. I could put the revivify in there, and then I'm not going to be as effective today or tomorrow.
I would rather consume the diamond and have you at full capability going through the underground.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Completely. And y'all talk about gods, and Harold just thinks about them on one side of himself, and then Manchun on the other side of himself, and just like
does not count as a god.
Who?
Also, Manchu.
Yes.
I just
that
got
too.
that. You are all incredible.
On a scale of 1 to 20, who's the weakest of us?
Like strength?
No, like armor.
oh,
I have a
if I had to
15.
give an arbitrary number that didn't actually mean anything specifically,
totally.
I would throw out a number like 18.
Okay.
19.
18.
Wow, you and I are. I'm 1 point above you in both health and armor.
Yes, you are. I am hands down the weakest link of this bunch.
I'm the hardy member.
Petunia is your Venli.
I just say because I have free Shield of Faith that'll give +2 AC if there's someone that we think is like getting targeted or needs the extra help.
Fair.
I have armor on and I have a 17.
Oh, that's right. I'll stick close to Vinley just to guess.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, all right. Well,
Vinley,
now I
don't
need
go
to know because
more than
I'm
60
pretty
You
feet
can
away
also
from me.
soak a lot of damage, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Karina, if you had to pick a number for yours.
I'm at 18.
Okay, mine's not there. No.
Okay,
I'm
don't
15.
go more than 60 feet away from me.
Oh, I forgot you're wizard or Kira now. Ooh.
Listen. I made a decision a while ago that I was really sick of the armor, but I got this really cool shield.
And she holds up her gauntlet, which just makes a shield go right in front of her.
I
Which is
love
how I.
Would
everything
leather
about
armor
it.
help?
No. What I have is as good as that. So listen. Here's the thing: a couple of extra AC have never helped me. It's never helped me at all. But the extra movement has. So,
True.
Karina, I appreciate the thought, and I might take you up on it. But the honest truth is, when I had an 18, if I had to give it a number, people still hit me.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
God.
realistically speaking, until I put this leg on, I was significantly easier to hit. Significantly. So significantly.
I
Anyway, I think we're good to start heading out.
And Nim will say, now walking up, as he had walked away for a second, and behind him is a red-bodied Nimblewright. He goes, I have this one that was set aside. But if we're talking about how hardy we are, I am as hard to hit as a plate of armor. I do not understand your arbitrary numbers.
I love you, Devin.
Fucking
Looking
DM
at
sarcasm.
this,
He also has a rifle slung over his shoulder, just in case.
looking at this red Warforged body, does it look like? I'm not perceptive enough to really know this. I'd have to probably roll. Does it look like it was meant for Voss?
Oh.
I mean, it looks.
It's red.
And everyone knows in D&D it's like Power Rangers. We're all color coordinated.
You know that all of the Nimblewrights have been a multitude of colors and made very similar to the way that your elven chain has been burnished to have that purple hue to it. You can, I guess, make an insight
I'd say assume. You can assume what you assume.
Yeah, I think this is. I don't even think there's anything. There's no way to know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You know what? I won't ask him right now. Considering I love Station, I don't want her to be any more unhappy than she is. I won't ask that question now. Maybe in a quiet moment around a fire if we're all still alive. Okay.
Or Kira has looked at the fourth wall and seen Nim's stat block and is like,
We don't have to worry about Nim. Okay, no, we don't have to worry.
I'm just imagining though Manchun catching that thought in Harold's head and going, "Oh, that'd be awkward." Like,
No, I know what he's thinking right now. He's looking at that going, that's mine.
Yeah.
Red's always been my color.
He's like, I can adopt the Red Wing. It was still a version of me, even if it was made up.
But Nim
Damn, I like the Red Wing. It's got a kind of a ring to it.
a lot of people follow it now. But Nim will look to you, Finley, and say, I guess it is time. If you want to find my home.
She reaches back, slaps it on the ground. She does it very large.
Yeah. And then Nim and the just automaton will walk into the hole.
Play
I will look
nice.
in. I will say, just want to thank you again for doing this.
It is a sacrifice that is needed. Finley, there is quite a few bodies down here.
Yeah.
Undead ones or?
There are some that are moving and some that are not.
What? She puts her head down there.
Just bodies that you've collected.
Oh.
I
I
would.
look up at Finley. Far be it from me to judge.
I forgot. I was unconscious
You
for
forgot the dead bodies you keep in a hole?
They're clean. They're like picked
Pristine.
super clean.
I just put them down there, and when the bones are ready, I go down there, but I was asleep. So I forgot about them.
That's fair. They look like they've been down there longer than you were asleep. But you know who? I'm not, it's fine. It's cool. It's cool. You're a necromancer and I'm a part-time bard. It's fine.
I'm going to move up next to Harold.
It's Finley. That's how I've been able to deal with it, is because Finley is my friend.
That's fair. I mean, it's fine. Undead have saved my life more times than I can count now. I think maybe I'm still just creeped out about centipedes.
Some
That's
bone
fair.
hands come out of the hole and give Harold a
Making
little
heart shapes.
they just come out going,
And Nim will say, "Oh, I would offer you some bodies, but we cremate them."
Oh, it's okay. I didn't. It didn't really have their permission anyway.
That is true. And he'll just sit down and be like,
Let's
okay.
do this.
So tell me about yourself.
Yeah, me too, guy. Me too.
Inspiring. Very uncomfortable.
He's gonna come out of this hole telling me that they're actually speaking.
But you gather up your portable hole and start heading out.
Yeah, let's do this.
Spoil Game of Thrones for me.
Here we go, everyone.
Stacia mounts Misty, pulls out the map, and begins heading toward the opening.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. You know that you could go out the field ward and all the way around, or you could go down the high road into the the middle out in the trades ward.
I am going to the location that we were told would be the fastest.
Yeah. You know, it's like to get there, you have to go outside the city and
Right.
work your way back in. I'm letting you know that there is. It's probably, I guess, closer to Rivergate than it is closer to Northgate.
Okay. Then I'll head that way.
Okay.
I send Tassar and Ithel on a quick little mission. They're not. We don't have to follow them.
Okay.
But Finley just holds up two little tiny envelopes and puts one in Ithel's mouth and says, "Take this to Fala," and puts the other one in Tassar's jaw. "Take this to Davil."
Okay.
And she'll just send them off as we all start walking. And inside are just love letters.
Okay. All right. As you all exit back into the industrial side of the field ward and passed through the upper towers back into the main part of the city, heading down the high road, going towards the still ruinous side of the city, heading towards the river gate that exits outside of the trades ward past the city of the dead. It is at this point where the night, as it is evening, and as the days grow shorter with sunlight, night has taken hold, and you, Orkira and Stacia and Karina, I believe. Karina, what is your passive perception?
20.
20.
Okay.
When did that get so
Those
high?
with 20 and above. All notice there's this strange, look to the sky as it begins, and then all of a sudden you hear an alarm go off across the entire city, an alarm you have not heard before, something that sounds new. As above, a black silvery liquid pours into the air, seeping in from the cracks of the city as it coalesces into an undulating source of dark matter, radiating with a sickly ultraviolet glow from a mass of pure darkness. It is accompanied by the writhing, shadowy tendrils and echoing cacophony of discordant whispers and sounds of flesh slithering and slapping against more wet flesh over the sky. From the orb that acts like a tear in reality, the portal throughout this plane pours out hundreds of flesh-robed humanoids covered in mutations of the flesh, covered in eyes, mouths, tentacles, tongues, extra limbs, elongated features, and deformations of amalgamations of flesh, bone, and other creatures. You hear this echoing, unnerving siren that echoes out from the city itself, a new call to action against the far realm. But as they fall, these humanoid forms fall from the sky. Some grow a multitude of wings made of sinew and stretched and ripped leathery skin, flesh that painfully peels from their body, exposing dripping, wet, oozing forms of maggot-like muscles beneath it. Others plummeting to what until the last second before discorporating their form 30 feet above the ground as they rift through a black hole and reappear, surprising combat against unsuspected, unprepared citizens. From those near the black hole, you watch as they all get sucked closer to its reach, rending their bodies against the event horizon before falling back down into the ground. And from the dark, undulating sphere pylon in the sky rains a multitude of blood ooze, covered flesh-like aberrations, an unholy union of strife, murder, and death. As bone, muscle, blood, claw, and teeth all come together, lamprey-like mouths form at the end of trunks of muscled flesh, split by gnarled, razor-sharp teeth, lashed out in a multitude of directions, as it climbs around buildings and squeezes under doorways and cracked windows. But as you all see chaos begin to form, you see as an organized chaos fights against it. You see gathering forces as all of the militias and mercenaries work together in a way you have never seen before. It is no longer wards. It is no longer city in the field ward. It is no longer the Zentarum, the Xanathar, and the city. It is all working as one.
What are y'all doing?
I keep going.
Yeah, running.
Time to go.
There's growling, but Orkira's continuing to go.
Hustling.
Small explosions echo out from dark alleyways with fire and smoke, as if elves made of shadow emerge from the shadows within gunfire. Holes rip through flesh of the cultists and the silent flying beasts they ride upon.
You run past and see Salazar think, "Hey guys, time to be adventurers," and he just downs a bunch of potions at once, and you see his body like mutate and grow monstrous in size with hulking muscles covered with hardened scales. He moves with rapid speed, not using his strength, speed, and invulnerability to mow down cultists, but instead to protect those around him from harm.
Mert and Durnan.
As he's there, I want to reach out, and Seisha just reaches out and squeezes his shoulder, and I cast protection from evil and good on him.
Okay.
As we're running by, I think Vinley sees that, but is still like running with everyone. I think she's gonna cast Spirit Guardians, and designate anyone who's not wearing a flesh robe as an ally.
Okay.
And she is just gonna keep running through while servants of the moon wisp around her. They look like silvery spirits of dead elves, and they are just lashing out and clawing at these
and almost like an ethereal army following you. Just elven blade, moon blades, all pour out and slice through them as you mow through a lot of these cultists through your way along the way. Continuing forward, you see Mert and Durnan fighting side by side as the deft and unassumingly nimble walrus of a man moves in tandem with the gruff bartender, easily cleaving limbs from cultists as they move unnaturally, as if made by unbridled, unstable flesh. Is there anything else you guys are doing?
I am going to get Simone to do kind of a call to any other ravens in the area to kind of assist with what Venley's army is doing. Just claw faces.
Yeah.
Distract.
I'm giving the order for my familiars to give the help action to anyone within the radius of my spirit guardians to either get up, get away, or fight back.
Got it.
Tassar is the fight back one.
If there's a very obvious large clump of just aberrations, of just these horrid creatures, they are getting a fireball.
Okay.
And a little bit of that will fly off, and whoever is hurt nearby will get some hit points back from it.
Okay. Nice. You see an explosion that expands out into the form of a phoenix, obliterating all of the cultists nearby, and with that healing power just burns into the civilians nearby.
Yeah. Continuing moving down the high road, you pass right past Sardoon Street where your alleyway is, and you can just see this wave of both fire and water coming together to almost form steam as fog billows out, as you see Avi and Imbric working together as he just cleaves hammer over end, as Avi is not only doing the fog cloud, but even going and healing those, pulling those, working in tandem together. Strange, unique creations of just weird, like, mechanical insects that swarm out, as you can see Zilpip kind of just hooting and hollering, riding some strange unicycle-like mount, as she has just this swarm of wind-up insects that are just going after these weird aberrations.
What is she saying?
You can't run from me, there's nothing you can do, I'm coming right after you, don't you worry, you fucking with the owl, you fucking with all of us, because we're coming to fuck you up!
And almost like a war cry, you see a bunch of the just people that found refuge in the alleyway pouring out with Tally-made crossbows, and behind them you see a really old Dragonborn casting and finishing a spell at slow speed, and you see each bolt begin to glow as they all fire out and just rain hellfire amongst the cultists.
I want to help Petunia's boss. I'm
Okay.
gonna send.
What's Petunia's boss?
Yeah,
Who's my?
takes them 2 rounds to cast the spell, but they good.
Yep.
No.
Listen, that's a vibe.
Miral, my
What?
bat, is going to fly out, land on him, on his back, open its wings, and I'm gonna cast haste on him.
Oh hell yeah! Now he's casting good. He's casting good spells at one turn in one turn. Hell yeah!
Honored grandfather can take as long as he needs.
Awesome.
I thank you for giving me. No,
I feel youthful again. Feel my wrath.
And as he does it, fire shoots out of his mouth, and just as he dragon's breaths this weird eyeball-like entity.
I love that.
Oh man, amazing. You hear from behind you just a cacophonous single fire explosion as the entire sky from the field orb gets covered in smoke. You can see the entire line of wall now accompanied with the Warforged as they are expertly focusing fire round after round on the unending elusive horde. And then also, while looking up into the sky, you see a form blazoned in silver fire shooting through the sky, almost like a shooting star, as a massive beams of cones of silver fire explode from Laurel Silverhand's hands as she soars through the city, aiding with pure control over the weave.
Yep. Vajra and Force Grey with the Magus and Protectors Guild continue just to lay arcane bombardments, abjurant protections against the aberrant creatures. Say that 5 times fast.
Someone cast haste on Dustin.
No, I'm saving my other third.
Yeah, wild-shaped squirrel.
Is there anything else you guys are doing?
I have a quick coordination with Petunia.
Okay.
Petunia, if you want to stay with me, if there's someone down, will you send up a signal flare?
Yeah,
I'll spare them if you send up a signal flare.
I can spare them too.
Wonderful. Then if you spare, I'll signal. If I spare, you signal. as they're running.
Good plan.
And that's what we'll do.
I am just kind of out of curiosity, like looking around to see if there are any signs of Larens around.
Ooh, I'm gonna need you to roll a perception check. I know you're super perceptive and stuff like that, but this one would still need it.
Yeah, no, this makes sense.
So.
Perception is 8 plus 5, 23.
Oh.
23.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't catch anything, but you're out of the corner of your eye, you swear you saw mist kind of moving around a corner, but then or maybe that was from your horse, but that's pretty far away to being your horse, but
She just kind of nods and her eye sort of fogs up a little more. And she continues hauling.
Is there a specific, besides down, is there a direction that these hordes are coming from towards? Is there like an
They have a
alley
goal
that could
location?
be? Well, that, or is there a swarm, an army headed in one direction that I could block somewhere off?
it just seems like they're just kind of randomly coming out of various places. Give me a perception
Watching
check.
the world burn.
I know your passive is redonkulous, but as you are looking specifically for something.
Yeah, 29.
Okay, yeah. The one thing that you do notice is that they're not necessarily, you can't quite tell where they're coming from or where they appeared from, but they all seem to be heading in directions where you know that the various temples are in the city.
That was what I was afraid of.
Let them strike the temples. Power is in the faith, not the building.
It's less about the power and more about the people that might be there. But
The city's going to protect them. We've got to keep moving.
yeah, absolutely.
And Orkira's continue to fly over everybody as we're doing this. I was just looking for like if there was an army I could block off at some point. I'd
Or
just
could
do
could you sending what you've discovered to a leader of some kind?
As you are moving and having this conversation still going, even helping, there is that slight, you're not like, you have to at least slow down a bit as you continue to look around. Seisha, you actually feel a shape or like someone actually land beside you, like kind of behind you on Misty, as you see a tussle of strawberry blonde as he kind of just glances back. Let me borrow this for a second. Go, get out of here. We've got this.
I get off and let Renair take my horse.
He's like, you're fine with take the.
Oh, I thought you wanted to take the horse.
I mean, I'm not going to say no.
No! Save people. Take care of Misty.
As Karina makes a really good point, I will, as we're flying, cast sending. I'll see Laurel. Yeah, I'll see Laurel up ahead, up above, flying around, and I'll send to her and say,
They're attacking specifically the temples. I don't know if that will help with the counterattack. Good luck, we're on our way.
As I'm sliding off Misty, I reach into my pouch, grab Renair's hand, and slap a vial into it, and just nod at him and smack Misty's hindquarter. And he gets a potion of mind shielding.
Nice. He'll just nod to you and say, good luck, we've got this.
I know.
And he'll look to you, Harold, one water deep, and give you a wink and go be damn heroes as he gallops off. And Orkira, you get a reply.
I do?
You do. We'll concentrate on ambushing and protecting those areas. Thank you for everything you've done. And to reiterate earlier, everything is coming out of those orb-like.
Well, it's just that giant.
Giant orb-like pylon is where all of these things are coming out of and through.
But you've noticed that a lot of them have the ability to just jaunt in different areas and move almost instantaneously.
Like Nebula.
Strange. But another thing you see is as you have slowed down a little bit, aiding people, and even though your ethereal spirits are just radiating out, there's a few that get through as 2 arrows take out 2, and one you can see is a massive black arrow, and another one is a smaller arrow with like almost lavender like feathers, and you can see Zaraj and Elvandria running across rooftops together. And following around below them is Tashlin, one-armed now, wielding... oh yeah, you don't know this.
Oh yeah, Tash is one-armed now.
Wielding a glaive with a single hand, spinning it around her form and using the momentum around her body to just cut through all of these. And you can see, although your forces in Waterdeep are doing well, they are still getting hurt. This is not just them wholesale winning, but with you all aiding as much as you have, is there anybody else doing anything in these final moments?
I want to try to do something, and it probably won't work, but given some of the stuff that's been happening to Seisha, she's kind of working on a theory, and I want to kind of hold my hand up, and I want to try to command the mist that's coming out of my eye to sort of travel and encircle one of the bad guys' heads and basically create a fog cloud around his head to let someone get away. I want to see if I can do that.
Are you casting Fog Cloud?
No, I'm just trying to do a Lara thing.
Okay,
I will never use this in combat. I will promise you that. This is purely flavor.
Yeah, roll me a D100.
Hold on.
52.
52.
You, being that this is the first time you're trying to control the mist coming out of your eye in a intense situation, it doesn't do exactly what you want it to do. Like you find that unbeknownst to you, you can have some form of control over it. It's not just coming out. You can actually maneuver it a little bit, but you find that the further it gets away from you, it starts to dissipate even more. Mm-hmm. So you don't have the means to push it to use as a distraction or anything like that in this instance, but you definitely do have some control over it. So maybe something that could be used in given more practice, or even
that answers the question. Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Orkira's not doing anything in specific, but as she flies, there's just sacred flame, sacred flame, sacred flame, sacred flame, sacred flame. She's just doing, because I got 50 feet of flying speed, so even if I gotta slow down every once in a while to go, then I can easily catch back up with everybody.
Got it.
I just remembered I have Sapping Sting now. So I'm just gonna do that as we're going down the street.
As you're going down the street.
Earth anywhere she can.
Say again?
She'll probably, if whatever we can do while we can, she'll probably, targeting the areas where the enemies are, she'll probably try to mold earth around them to get them, I don't know, sunk in, stuck, make it just harder for them, so that make them easier targets. Little things like that.
And I'll Eldritch Blast stuff, you know?
Yeah. As you're kind of just moving, and even in this, like, moving down the high road, people now with that alarm, even though it was warped by whatever reality-altering entity or rift in reality, people that are just, your common folk, they're inside. They are not out and about. And the few that were casualties are minor, as you're continuing to just gallop and just run down as fast as you can to move through almost from one end all the way to the other of your city. And there is just this mass growing of these creatures coming almost towards you when all of a sudden there is a rain of multicolored energy bolts firing from the sky. You're like looking up, it is just clouds, not even really sure where, and almost like parting the seas as the clouds just kind of billow off. There is this green, almost hornet-like exterior of these massive ships with vibrant insect-like translucent neon green wings that look like green iridescent solar sails for some sci-fi style ship.
You hear and they move unnaturally, almost like a beetle does, and you hear whoa, 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 as it kind of like there's this deep hum that kind of reverberates through the city, and from that you just see as these green and colored neon energy bolts from strange looking ballistas fire down from hail of above, and standing at the oh my god, I'm misremembering the bow of the ship. I wanted to say helm, it's not, but you see the King's Blade.
That's fucking amazing.
And as you're looking up and you hear this ear-piercing screech call out as this massive talons latch onto two flying cultists, separating them from their top half, from their legs, is one swift bite of a beak, as three elemental bolts pour out from a high druid. The elven sister of Vinley, Ameria, flies over the city across on her gargantuan eagle Hellkite.
I think she does this without meaning to. I think Vinley hears that and screams, "I love you!" And with that scream, she casts Ascending, sending it to her sister. I don't think she meant to do that, but I did.
Oh my god, I love you.
And you get a reply that says, "Love me by living tomorrow."
And then she'll send up a couple fireworks where she is.
Okay. And anything you guys are doing in these last moments as you're reaching towards the river exit?
More
River
Eldritch
Gate.
Blasts.
More earth molding.
I give Seisha the Vigilant Blessing, which allows her to have advantage on initiative checks.
Ooh!
It's
I
just
already
for
have
the
advantage.
next. Oh, you
Save
do?
it. Yeah, save it.
Then I will slap it right over here to Karina. Paladin or druid?
Is the giant hole in the sky still a giant hole in the sky, or
Oh, yeah.
has it closed at this
Nope.
point?
No,
It's still
it is
there.
constantly there.
Wait, I saw this in a video game once.
How far away is the giant hole in the sky?
Very far from you.
The sky isn't red, is it?
It is not red.
Okay. Just checking.
That was a different multiversal threat.
Yeah.
No, I'm just making sure we're only getting this.
One multiversal thread at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need Kevin.
No. I mean, the sad thing is Kevin would probably be fighting with us at this point because.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm
Okay.
going to continue to Sacred Flames.
Got
all
it. No
over.
problem. So with everybody leaving the city, I would like everybody to roll, because of everything that you've done, with advantage, some d20s. And that'll be 1, 2, 3,
What are we
4, 5,
adding?
6. Just your
straight.
opposed rolls.
All right, let me get that wild magic chart now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So no, we're not adding anything. We're just rolling d20s with advantage.
6, correct.
Okay.
Swear to God, you get that wild magic table out, I am coming across this table.
Dude, oh my god!
Natural 20.
Natural 20! Yes!
Okay.
I also rolled a natural 20.
Holy shit. So that's 3. 3.
4, because
What?
Seisha
I rolled
got
a
one
natural
too.
22.
Oh, so 4. Okay, I guess it comes down to, what did you two get?
19.
Okay.
Lucky
Are you serious?
13.
Lucky 13.
You want mine?
Okay.
I rolled 2 7s at first, but the other one flew across the table, so I was like, well, here we go, 19.
Nice.
And it's in this moment that you see the city just like single-handedly coming together as one singular unit under the banner that you guys have created, under all of the things that you have done and all of the things that you are doing currently, as although this is a threat that is constant, it seems like something that you can't stop right now. There is very minimal casualties. There are still casualties, but extremely minimal, as the only person I beat was Karina.
I'm gonna throw up a skyride of 1 water deep, you sick fucks.
And it is in this moment that you hear a voice that you all have not heard in a long time echo out through the entire city. It is as if speaking in your mind.
You hear it in your mind, but you have that just instinctual feeling that you know everyone in the city is also hearing what you're hearing.
Does I see you? I'm gonna be so pissed.
You hear, you all must move as one. Think as one. Do as one. You are water, clear, clean, and flowing. Do not hesitate. You must anticipate. Clear the mind. Do not rely on sight. Rely on your mind, your senses. Be one with the city, one people. And you see a tranquil monk that was comatose for a long time, a chosen of Aupensor, blesses the city. And you see multiple people close their eyes, no longer in panic, as a singular glowing eye opens in their forehead, outlined in the octagonal symbol of Aupensor, as they all begin to move as one person, one army.
That's sick.
Karina has no context for this, and she's just like,
not at all.
that's sick.
It's all right. Orkira has none either, and as the moment of panic of Morales, what?
No, it's okay. It's all pencil.
Karina and Orkira looking at each other like, I don't know.
It is not Aupensor, it is his chosen, Halal.
Well, no, I know, but
Yeah.
the power that they were
Yes.
freaking out about
What
is on
is
Pencil.
the...
Yeah.
Is he human?
Does look human, yes. I know.
No, because I was like, wait, that voice is almost the same voice I did for a holy monk in our home campaign. Like, wait, if it's an elephant guy,
And
I'm
you,
not the only one that survived.
Be a lot cooler if he was.
and
All right,
with
I
all
had to go
of
Matthew McConaughey there.
all right. And with leaving the city, looking back, you see echoes of all of your deeds over the months that you have done this. And you see a Waterdeep unified fighting and surviving as you all head out into the darkness. Once again, following Seisha and her map. And for brevity's sake, you go across the plains for a while, the sounds of combat and chaos disappearing behind you, swallowed by the darkness. And you eventually find...
There is this, like almost like a what looks to be a cave going into a hillock that, which I know they have an actual name, but the soft like rolling hills, and then there's an entrance, a cave entrance that kind of leads into that, which could at first glance just be like a bear cave or some form of even like a wolf den or something like that. But that is where the map is leading you, and as you descend into it, you can see that at first it does just kind of go in and appear to just kind of dead end. But as you get closer to that back wall, you realize that the illusion of the floor and where the sloping back wall, there's a separation and it continues to go down.
You find yourself going further and further, the air around you getting colder, more humid, wet, just naturally. The mixture of both hardened stone and softened earth pressed against. You can see small veining of different marbling and rock of different types. sedimentary of layers of eons echoing through your mason, basically seeing the history of Toril spelled out in the stone before her. But eventually you come to a fork in the path.
I follow the map.
The map told you that this location is the entrance for where you guys need to go. It is not a full designed map of the Underdark.
It's the entrances of the Underdark. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I turn to Petunia. Your turn.
Okie dokie. All right, what am I observing here?
You said the diviner would divine the path, so
Yes, thank you.
whatever you can do.
Oh, this might help you, Petunia. And I hand you a potion. This might
Look
help
at
you
this
do
potion.
this. It's called Timora's Tonic.
Okay. Okay, do I drink this now then?
All depends on what you want to do. What are you doing?
Finding the path.
Okay, you're casting Find the Path.
I am.
Okay. And
My set of divinatory tools is just flipping a coin.
Which way do I go?
heads or tails?
Heads left, tails right.
And before we go into the cave, Seisha pulls out a piece of paper, writes something on it hurriedly, folds it up into a paper bird, and lets it go. And she is sending a message to V that we're on our way in.
Okay.
And that Waterdeep is under attack.
Okay. Noted. And as you all look towards Petunia, Petunia just pulls out a coin. It seems to be just a copper nib.
Just a nib.
Flips it, looks at it, and just very confidently walks down a path.
I've never seen her this confident before.
Oh no, she's like this a lot these days.
Come on!
Oh, coming, honey.
I'll take up the rear.
I'll be in the middle because I have a hold.
So you can shed some light?
I could?
I've got the light if you want light. And I cast a light on my shield.
You
Okay.
just don't split the party. That's the joke. That's all That's all. That's the joke.
Harold's gonna be
I got it.
closest to the front because I can just, doesn't matter how dark it is, I just can see.
Got it. So, Harold, you're right behind Petunia, and with a little bit of light in the far back, able to illuminate the entire party, so that you're not visibly surprised, although I know some of you have alert abilities.
Ladies, click your heels.
Ladies, click your heels.
Why? Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys. Okay.
Girls' night, activate.
Could we have gotten one on Petunia before we left?
We talked about it at some point, and then we never role played it out. So I would.
Could I have gotten Garielle to like
Bachelorette party. Bachelorette party.
That's
We'll
it.
just wait for the
Okay,
bachelorette
okay.
party. It's fine.
It's gotta be the Joker.
Hero watches as all these little
my God,
tiny
yeah,
lights
she's the
light up on
Joker
everybody's
card.
ankles, and she just holds up a hand and produces flame and is like, "All right, I
She-
guess I'll get up top."
She's the Joker card. Oh my God.
I am the Joker.
You're brilliant.
And Harold, as all of these women are planning a bachelorette party around you.
Does Orkira have one?
No.
Oh, that was V. Okay, we gotta get Orkira too.
Okay.
If you can find someone who can tattoo on a dragonborn,
Oh,
I would like to
Orkira,
see
we're going to the dock ward. They can tattoo anybody. You might need a lesser restoration afterwards, but
got
they
you.
can tattoo anybody.
it. Well, the lesser restoration is for the drinking, right?
Harold's just like thinking to himself, not on the top like Voss, like I could really use Voss right now. Like I could really use a
I
guy.
mean, it could be Orkira, or it could be for something else.
I'm
Or I
assuming all
could
this
just lay
is,
on hands and you'll be fine. It's fine. Let's keep going.
We'll make it work.
I'm assuming all this is in the telepathic bond, by the way.
Yeah.
Mansoon, you ever play Three Dragon Annie? Or
I will destroy you.
that's fair.
At Three Dragon Ante, or
We
just
talk about
in
it all the
general?
time, Hobbleton, but you suck.
None taken. It's it's just fair.
You're
That's,
awful at Three Dragon Annie. You're literally the worst.
I'm really good. It's just I keep playing against the best.
Yep, Harold, I created the game.
Oh, that's right.
Didn't
Yeah,
Karina win even though she
that's
never
pretty
played
fair.
just by threatening violence?
Do not speak which of the magics I was there when they were written.
I wrote them.
Do not speak to me of
And
Three
it
Dragon
is-
Ante.
It is path after path, fork after fork, even points where you come into large open cavities that seem to echo out into oblivion. The only sight that you see is the light that you are able to create, and Harold, you see the myriad of stalactites and stalagmites creating like a maw that's swallowing you up. And
One portion you get to, and you flip the coin, and you go, and the path goes, telling you need to go, but the path in front of you just dead drops.
Honey.
How many of us have Featherfall?
I
Not,
just
To try to
have.
see through an illusion.
not me.
I'm just gonna poke my foot over the side to see if it goes over.
I'm,
Like just kind of poke a foot over.
Oh wait, I can't.
Yeah.
That was a Paladin of Knowledge thing. Never mind.
yeah. And I mean, and the path, like, it's not telling you to keep going straight. I mean, it's you now go down for your coin flip.
I could catch us all.
And
if we
Orkira
all-
fly us down.
One at a time, absolutely.
I could
Let's do
catch
that
us
then.
all.
Keep it
If
quick.
we-
Do we know
can't hear
it's
you, Emily.
definitely
What
a
was that?
drop?
I could catch us all if we jump at
Yeah.
the same time.
That works too.
I could too. I think.
And then,
Everybody
and then
ready?
we all stay together, which is probably a good thing.
All right,
Yes.
let's all. Yep.
3.
Up.
As you jump, Harold, didn't you say you had a potion of climbing?
I'm gonna turn to the others and telepathic bond. Hey, good news is I think my sense of humor is rubbing off on him.
Orkira is going to jump last and will eventually open her wings to kind of watch as everybody goes down. It's not that she doesn't, she knows Vinley's going to catch everybody, but she wants to have eyes on where we're dropping to and have a little bit more control coming down.
We're dropping into an acid pool. And the story's over.
Well,
Yeah, it
guess
occurs
that's
to me I
me
could have
now.
turned
All
into
right,
something
all right.
flying and
I'm
checked
no
before we
effect to
jumped.
acid.
Hey,
Oh.
one spell
No, I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not. But I'm thinking of.
But it sounds cool.
Yeah.
I
I have my own ladle.
you cast Featherfall.
Yeah, I have Ithil like bird dive bombing in front of us so that I can see when we're getting close,
Okay.
just a little further in advance, and then I wait.
It is, and Ithil is
Ithil is the raven.
the Raven. Does Raven have
I can
dark
see
vision?
I can see best in dark.
Sorry.
So I can
Let's do mural.
I was gonna say I also have
Literally
a
just
bat.
see when the
I have I
ground's
think it's a
coming.
feat
Yep.
that lets me see better in dark than yeah, so I can just holler it too, like now
Okay.
pull.
Yeah, so can I.
Got it.
Yeah, what is this thing that
I say Meryl sees it first. Although I think yours might be 300 feet.
I'm double checking. I think you're right.
What is yours?
Where is it?
But
Advanced dark vision.
yeah, it's enhanced.
This ain't normal dark vision.
This is advanced.
Shadow sight.
Oh, shadow sight. I can see in darkness better than most. It doesn't have a limit.
Then look underneath your senses.
Not dark vision. It's called.
Let's see. Oh, 120 feet is what shadow sight says.
Got it.
Yes,
Yep,
yeah.
120.
Mine's also 120 feet, so I can see
Because
normally and
my
all.
main page doesn't show that.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is why I
Understood.
have to go into shadow sight.
Got it. Okay, so all three of you kind of see it at the same time. Where you would expect to see ground, you start to see looks like threads, nets wires all strewn across in different various directions.
Oh no, it's spiders.
You hear Harold say
We're
that.
doing it right.
I mean, you guys want a spider? I can make it. I can do a spider.
And you know it's coming up. Okay.
Featherfall.
Featherfall. Got it. You all begin to list slowly down as the stone begins to become more cobwebbed.
I was gonna say, what is worse,
anybody hit that
falling
with
into a
some fire?
cobweb or falling into it slowly?
Hit it with fire?
So,
Seisha, if we need to, I have more fire than anyone, but let's...
Hit the webs with fire.
so as Seisha is saying this, it's not just a couple. It is literally like, think of it as thousands of bridges made of webs.
Oh, bridges.
Yep.
Like
Wait.
the entire, like
Yeah.
like it's
Fire?
webs. It's webs, but everything is webs.
How?
Yeah. It's gonna
How-
get there.
Fireball.
As they got closer.
Well, let's wait until you want everything on fire.
It,
I don't want to be
spiders
stepping it when
can
it's on
crawl
fire.
through the webs.
Exactly.
So if I turn into a giant spider, then y'all can just all land on my back.
That'll work.
So, and you see as the further you fall, the rock just kind of dissipates, and you can hear just where the tunnel, the crevasse, was like really close to you, going all the way down, hearing just wind echoing off and knowing your surrounding, of hearing the difference, just the basic atmospheric difference of the size of this room versus the size of, let's say, outside. You instantly hear that difference as
Got
you
it.
look
Here's
out
the kingdom.
and see a labyrinth of tunnel web spiders, or like spider pathways.
Y'all want big spiderina?
Go for it.
Bink, wild shape. I will become the biggest spider I'm capable of becoming for everyone to land on my thorax.
Okay.
So you can be. I will say you're.
What kind of spider is it that has that like super strong web tensile thing?
Yeah. So you can turn into a giant spider.
Yeah.
But it,
I'm being an insect nerd and trying to think of which kind of
Oh,
spider.
that's fine. Yeah, you can easily
Peacock
be that
spider,
kind of
peacock
spider.
Yes.
Equivalent in your world. And
But if we can see the spiders, Karina will turn into what we see.
got it, you cannot currently.
there's no spiders. It's just spider path. Like
Okay,
there's
okay.
not actual spiders, but like, hey, that's a tunnel that a spider made
Yeah.
or whatever, or something along those lines. But it's just
Everywhere.
everywhere.
So
the
if
walls are and ground is not rock. It is webs.
If it's from Karina's world, then it is going to be a soft olive green fur wolf spider.
Okay. Got
It's
it.
just giant.
So like your version of a giant like forest spider that
Yeah,
can
yeah,
blend
yeah.
in with the grass and terrifying.
Yeah.
Where everywhere
awesome.
else is like very vibrant and it's like,
we're
hey, look at me,
talking-
I am a threat. You're like, no, I'm an ambush predator.
And we're talking about the size of this table on that spider.
Probably a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's large
cool.
size. So
Yeah.
So the
Or,
room.
or Kira won't land, but circle
Yeah.
Karina Spider.
Got
yeah,
it.
yeah, and I'd say it. You can do 3 of the two, like one being Petunia, Seisha, and her armor with everybody else. Like it's gonna basically encumber you as the spider, so it'll be a little bit harder to move with everybody
My-
on your back.
My thought is, even if encumbered, spider legs do not stick to web, and everyone else in the party would stick if they landed on it. So even if I have to move slower, I'm
Or
preventing
Kira,
us
can
from
you
getting
carry me?
stuck.
Yeah, but I'll be kind of slow. If I gotta carry someone for a long time, it probably should be Petunia.
All right. I'm just trying to reduce the weight on
I can
everybody.
cast fly on Seisha and myself. And then you just have to worry about carrying Harold and Petunia.
Yeah, I got it.
That works.
That sounds like a plan.
Thank you, Bentley.
Of course.
Got it.
4th
Keep
level
thinking of
fly.
that fucking-
And with this, you all land softly as Karina turns into this large spider, positioning herself underneath Harold and Petunia, and lands. Almost like creating the wave that would echo out on these webs to only go out maybe 10, 15 feet. as it all just kind of nullifies in her form.
You hear this giant spider go,
And you do feel a gust of like warm air billow up from below you as you are unsure how far down it goes because it goes beyond Harold's vision, and also because of the myriad of webs that are below you just kind of overlaps each other, almost creates a complete opaque wall beneath you.
Petunia, your coin flip does not say go down anymore. It says go across.
We shouldn't go down anymore.
And you start heading in
Why
that
that
direction.
Axis?
Make sure not to drop that coin right now.
Yeah.
as a spider,
Another.
do I?
It's fine.
I don't remember where we landed on this. As a spider, am I still capable of intelligent telepathic?
Oh yeah, because
thought?
you're wild shape. You have all of your
What-
same
That's what I thought.
mental
Capabilities.
stats.
Yeah.
Well, it was more like physically I can't speak.
Correct.
But I was like, wait, telepathic bond. Okay, so
If
I'm
you
just
were
like,
polymorphed, no, you would be a spider.
okay,
But because
yeah,
you're
yeah.
wild shaped,
That was it.
You are you.
yep. All right.
And you start.
Is everyone okay back there? Okay.
Thumbs up.
I give you some quiet thumbs up as you all
It's
kind of
very soft.
stealth around.
Oh, Seisha
Since
is
I'm
very
flying, my armor wouldn't clink. Do I still have disadvantage?
Yes.
It was a good
Sorry,
ask.
that was-
It is a good
You
ask.
turned down the mithril armor. You have to suffer the consequences
I did,
of making
but
a
it was because
role
of
playing
character
choice.
Reasons. Yeah, character
Beautiful,
reasons.
beautiful roleplay reasons.
Some of us
Roleplay.
made. Listen, some of us made that decision, and now our AC is only 15.
Look, roleplay's getting in the way of my min-maxing, okay?
Okay, listen, I'm going to persuade the armor not to make some noise.
I'm going to intimidate my armor.
If everybody could roll
No.
stealth,
Oh, God.
because you are flying and you're riding on the back of a spider, you all get to roll with advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Meaning, Seisha rolls regular.
I roll.
Alright.
Oh, you roll regular as well.
I
Yeah.
didn't have
I'm
blade.
taking.
Okay, I'm good.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
Not the worst
Okay.
of roll.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
16.
But
Okay.
I just saw
And that's
a
good
TikTok
for
about
me.
this, about the inability to do dice math.
Rexentrum is the worst place in the multiverse.
What is
But they made really good clothing.
I rolled a dirty 20. Nice.
Okay,
14.
14,
24.
24, 16, and then Orkira, you said
Dirty 20.
dirty 20, Harold,
26.
and Petunia
Legal drinking age, 21.
in America.
Unless you're in Canada.
Unless you're in Canada.
Or in Peru.
Or Italy.
Okay. As you're moving along, you start seeing like collections of cocooned corpses. You see a lot of like mummified creatures. Dark-skinned dwarves, which a lot of you know as Dorgar. Dark-skinned, yeah, dark-skinned gnomes, you know as Snurfneblin. You see monstrosities of all types that find their way down into the
Strange,
Underdark.
like almost cat-like creatures with like matted fur, but they're like very hunched over and like hunchbacked.
Those look atrocious.
Want a kitty?
They're not, but not cat, like just very cat-like, but not tabaxi.
I want a hunch kitty.
Not right now.
How could anyone love one of those things?
Look at them. They're cute. They have big eyes.
As you're looking in just sockets, there's no eyes.
like just pure bones sucked against the skin.
That, that friggin' Sphinx cat that has no eyes, like just
Yeah.
that staring back at you.
And
I want that.
you make it through a couple of these, and eventually you also see signs of struggle. Vacant holes creating strange voids of torn and shredded threads of these silken webs. And you also...
Sorry, I just realized.
No problem.
While I'm in contact with a web, I know the exact location of any other creature in contact with the same web.
Yes.
Okay.
Moving
Web
creatures.
sense is so cool.
I will say that, moving creatures. And you do feel the presence of other spider-like beings.
Okay.
But they do not seem...
To be moving towards you.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. There's like a moment where like you both kind of stop in the web and kind of play with the threads for a second, and like, oh no, okay, that's
Okay, we good.
yeah. And there's even a point in time where you, with your dark vision, and Harold with his dark vision, and you, if you're using,
I do have dark vision, but I will go ahead and use Eyes of Night.
yeah, can see a couple of these, and they look different. They are giant in size, but
Large in size.
large in size. Sorry, they are giant spider in size.
Seisha also has Eyes of Night, Dark Vision for 300 feet, and so does Petunia.
Got it.
Dope. Thank you.
Oh! So does Orkira. It shares
good.
with 3 willing creatures.
Nice.
She was just starting to root around in a bag, being like,
I'm the only one who can't see.
"Thank you."
Mood.
And you see these almost like tannish, like very neutral ochre, rustic type colored, big thorax bodied spiders. And on the back of them, there seems to be like this. At first, it really, really unnerves you because it looks almost like an eye. It is a circular form with, it almost looks like if you were to take threads in a radial pattern of yarn and create an art that is nothing but straight lines that radiate into a circle on its back. As it kind of like looks towards this direction and moves the threads, but feels you move the threads in the same way and just not move towards you.
Good job, Spiderina.
Very clever, Karina.
I'm going to very quickly from out the back of my thorax with my extra legs, just real quick, because I can make web. I'm just going to make like a little thing of web and put it up on the back, not on Harold and Petunia, but just, and over the telepathic bond, just say, if it starts looking like we're getting too stared at, cover yourselves with this.
Okay.
Uh,
It came from her butt.
and again,
I pooped that.
the only people that can see this are Harold, Karina, and Vinley, using pushing beyond the standard limitations of dark vision.
Everybody can see it.
Because Benley did the spell on
300.
Oh, for
everybody.
everyone?
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, okay.
Not for everyone. The 2 that already have boosted dark vision, I can't get.
Got it.
But I can
Right.
do me and 3 others.
Got it. Okay, so
You
yes,
got
everyone sees
Petunia,
this.
me, and Orkira.
Yep.
And that's everybody.
That's
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
And
So everybody can see, yeah.
Seisha,
Blast you and that dark vision.
Seisha, with your passive investigation, even though you can see the spider looking in your direction, it does not seem that you are within its field of vision. And so that's why it is using the threads in order to navigate whether you are.
Good news, Benley. It can't
I'm
see
now
us.
seeing what the spider's dark visions are.
I'm gonna like kind of tap Venley and gesture for us to fly on the opposite side of Karina so that we're not going to be visible regardless.
Yeah. I almost want to fly under the bridge they're on.
We should set it on fire.
Not while I'm
Listen.
on it, please.
Yeah, listen. Fire, and this is me saying it.
And the telepathic bond.
Fire in this case is going to be a last resort when you literally want everything to burn.
Absolutely.
It's spiders.
I know,
I
but
do
right now,
literally want everything to burn.
we're being sneaky, and we've got a Karina spider.
I'm gonna playfully.
Okay, I
be
want everything
offended
but
by
the
that.
Karina spider to burn.
Hey,
No, well, you're on the Karina spider. You'll be safe.
Unrelated, would having insight into the ethereal plane or seeing invisible creatures within 10 feet, do you think would be more advantageous to us?
Invisible.
Right now?
Invisible.
Invisible.
Big time invisible.
Third eye.
Did you know that there's some insects that can camouflage themselves in a way where only bioluminescence can show them?
That's
It's mainly
not.
scorpions.
Oh, good.
I didn't know that until now.
That's cool.
I knew scorpions had bioluminescence to them, but not that you could only see them. That's horrific.
I'm gonna learn how to float so I can never touch the ground again.
I'm looking this thing in its 8 eyes. We should save all the talk for things that can eat me until after we're out of the sight of things that can eat me.
Those with 300 feet of dark vision. No, it's okay. Orkira now has it. Orkira, you see at the edge of your, and I'd say even Seisha too, because you're both passives are ridiculous. Because isn't yours just 20 now?
Yeah, mine's a 20.
Okay, well,
Mine is
the three of you.
passive perception.
Yeah, dumb. I know. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
Listen.
Orkira.
No.
But
I only have a 32, okay?
Only.
So you literally at the 300 like right when it's emerging, you see a large orb with what looked to be stalks coming off of it, moving away from you, and it disappears from where you are.
Was that a beholder?
beholder or spectator or something. We've got aberrations.
But normal aberrations.
I mean,
it did not look to be as big as a beholder.
Gazer?
No, not that small. Gazes
Spectator.
The spectator, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Goon balloon.
Goon squad.
Well, it seems to be moving away from us, which is good.
Yeah, we just need to keep an eye out for more.
I wonder if we follow it, we'll find exactly where we need to go. Is it Petunia? Where's the path leading us right now? Just general direction. That way.
That way.
Is that way in the direction that we saw the
Spectator going?
spectator?
Oh.
I'm okay with that.
Right.
Good. Let's keep going. And we keep pushing forward.
Okay.
Eventually, it's
fly
gonna
last.
land on the side, like in Mouse Hunt.
Yeah.
Heads or tails. Where do we
Raya,
go?
how long does fly last?
An hour. That's
Okay,
wrong.
cool.
And I have spider form for 5 hours.
Fuck yeah.
It's 10 minutes. I lied.
Oh,
I can recast it though. Before we go down.
do we want to save
and
the
then-
spell and just encumber Karina?
It might be worth to spend the energy because I don't know if you've noticed, but all these spiders are just ignoring us because the only thing that they know is happening is Karina.
Fair. All right.
So whenever we get to the 10-minute mark, I will recast Fly on Seisha and myself.
Oh, okay.
You eventually do come to where it leads back into a tunnel-like system or into more terrain-like.
But it will take the
Another
amount of
cast.
time.
Yes. But as you leave the
Sorry. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Go on.
as you do eventually make your way to this away from these web-like tunnels, these silken paths, you are now in this. Funny enough, as you were saying, bioluminescence, you now, the tunnel opens up and it is glowing with weird fungi and bioluminescence mosses, and it looks very much like what's behind Seisha right now, as it just opens up. And
You can see that there's multitude of different sizes and types, and some that are almost the size of small ferns and conifers, almost kind of mimicking the shape with the cap kind of in a triangular form.
And Orkira and Seisha are the first to hear it, but Vinley, you hear it next, and then eventually everyone. But there is sounds of combat coming from a little bit further up.
Is it the direction that our diviner is telling us to go?
Yes.
It is.
But as soon as I hear it,
There might be combat up ahead.
I hear it too. Fight ahead. Everybody get ready.
And then also amongst this large cavernous area of mushrooms, although you weren't looking for it, you start to see some, not a lot, but just a few, little sapling budding flowers, purple in their color, and you can see a small tendril tongue-like thing, like kind of just almost like a serpent's tongue, but constantly out, pressed from the overlapped, tight budding flowers of the small little plant that is not giving off the ultraviolet color its more mature forms do, as you start to see the signs of Terrazul.
And where are these plants located?
These are plants that have encountered Far Realm.
No. I mean, like, are they on the
Far
ground,
Realm.
walls,
Ground.
and am I still on web at this
No,
point?
you're not on
Okay, I
that.
didn't think so. So
These
I'm
are
just
the flowers that Seisha told you not to smoke.
yeah. And I'm gonna say in the telepathic box, hey, Harold, Petunia,
Yeah. Look it up.
start crawling to the left and hold on to my hair fibers, okay?
Okay.
And I'm gonna start going up the walls until I'm upside down and they're laying on my stomach, so that I can avoid whatever is on the ground
Got it.
using spider climb.
Got it. Okay, you go almost like 100, 120, 130 feet
She's
in the
doing
air.
it very
as
slow
it-
to let them crawl
yeah,
around.
as you're navigating through your own like pillars of stalactites that have some mushrooms kind of growing from that as well, and you all begin to hear the sounds of combat getting closer and closer. What are you all doing?
Anyone want to
As we
hide on
get-
my belly?
Moving to the front.
Hide between me and the ceiling? Because if I'm giant, there's plenty of room for y'all to like, for me to sort of like block view of
You are
you.
a giant spider,
Yeah.
but you are large in categorical size.
Yeah, but I'm meaning like if I'm clinging to the ceiling, there's space between me and the ceiling that they can theoretically like, just sort of take a little cover from me.
I'm
With-
actually flying in
Yeah.
front of you.
And I would say with Harold
I'm
and
in full
Petunia
plate.
there, I'd say either Vinley or Seisha could get in there, and then that
Yeah.
light much a little
Yeah.
too tight.
Not quite fully on my belly,
Yeah.
just like take some cover.
Yeah, I'll get in there, and I'm going to have pull a blanket out and kind of put it over the three of us to hide us even more.
Got it?
I will pull the spider silk that Karina made
Yeah.
over the blanket so that they're not contacting the spider silk, but it's concealing them so they look like they're cocooned.
Again, you're not in the spider silk anymore, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying the bodies aren't contacting the
Yeah,
spider silk.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. And
Nice.
then
That way
you-
they're not webbed, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're concealed.
And then,
is there a stalactite that I can see that's not covered with the flowers?
not covered in flowers, yes. Covered in mushrooms, also, you're going to find that. So you can find some that don't have flowers, because they're scarce here.
Yeah, it's not like a not bed, a flower bed, but a pasture, a field of them. It's just a few of them spattered here and there.
Yeah.
But there are mushrooms everywhere here.
I'm just trying to find a stalactite that has as few as possible, but definitely none of the Far Realm flowers.
Okay.
And Orkira is going to basically lamprey onto it. And once like she's landed and grabbed hold, I just want to listen real hard about what specifically the sounds of combat sound like. Is it just like the cliche of swords on steel? Do I hear people calling out, and in what language? Do I hear magic being cast?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial, Common, Draconic, and Primordial.
None of those languages are being spoken, but nothing that you understand.
I speak Celestial, Common, Deep Speech, Draconic, Elvish, and Thieves' Cant.
There is definitely deep speech.
Hey!
Deep Speech ahead. What are they saying?
You are too far to understand what is being said, but you are there where you can pick up, okay, I know that is the language being spoken.
There's
Kind
Deep
of like when you
Speech
can
ahead.
tell you hear
Might
Spanish.
be drow facing far realm creatures.
Should
We could earn some favor.
Well, and of the other things that we're hearing, because the far realm creatures were not quiet. They have mouths and eyes, and they slap and make all kinds of gross, fleshy noises. Do I hear any of that?
Oh yes, you definitely hear the sounds of like grotesque,
Slapping
aberrant
flesh.
noises.
Yeah.
You
Tasha's
also
right.
hear the sound of as their forms are discorporating and reappearing in different forms. And you can hear the screams of other people just being pulled towards these micro black holes as they're fighting off these creatures.
Yeah, Seisha's right. I don't know who's being attacked, but they're being attacked by Far Realm shit.
Let's go help.
Okay.
I will
Head that way.
unlamprey and fly forward.
Okay.
And I will detach as well and leave the blanket with Harold and Petunia so they can keep it on them.
Got it. Using your stealths from before, and also the fact that these people are occupied currently in the midst of combat, you look down and you see a slew of different humanoids all working together, fighting against what looked to be the new form of the cultists that have been created over these months. Flesh amalgamated into multiple different things, a grotesque, horrific looking forms as they and completely just blink out of locations, creating these micro black holes as people are being pulled to and fro. And leading the charge, you see a pale white tiefling whose horns whose horns fade to a deep black and swoop back across their hair. You can see that they have solid black eyes, but not the nebula formed from those touched by the far realm, and a double-fanged, canines as they scream out towards.
Does it look like something that do they look like they basically have been living underground?
That was what I
and
was about to
have
ask.
Sort of evolved to
Yeah, the
have
kind of
pale skin
creatures.
from lack of melanin and dark eyes because they're
Yeah.
night vision type creatures.
Possibly, this is the person leading, but you don't know this person's history, although the last time you saw them was underground, in the blood pits, as you all were escaping, and this is one of Kuma's frontline fighters, as you see Araxios fighting off these... fighting off of these aberrations.
And he was the one that did not go with them to Icewind Dale, to the spine of the world when they were heading north. He's the one who stayed behind in the city.
And
Seisha charges in, flying.
And as you all charge in or choose what you are about to do, that
is where we're going to take our break.
Woo!
So
I'm so hyped.
Karina's like, finally some weird shit.
Thank you for tuning in. Again, it's Thanksgiving week. We're thankful for all of you being here all the way through the 5 years that we've been doing this. This is the beginning of the end, as the title of the episode says. Thank you for being here. Sadly, we're not doing any giveaways tonight, but make sure to go check out our sponsors and let them know we sent you and use our codes in order to get some discounts there. We'll see you soon. We're back.
And we're back.
The party had their final discussions with Nim, opted to get another automaton, both of them inside the portable hole, along with Vinley's undead, only to be brought out when in dire need so that Nim would be safe, as there was some disagreements about how safe the journey would be for Nim. Then, as they went to leave the city, the entire city became erupted in sirens, as a black hole basically formed in the sky as bodies of aberrations started pouring out, attacking the city. But with the sirens and everybody being warned and all of them being brought together as one singular cohesive unit, started fighting off as the BFGs ran through the city towards their destination, helping along the way, eventually finding themselves outside the City of Splendors, the City of One, and in a cave where they found, through a flipping of a coin, just absent-mindedly by Petunia choosing heads or tails, hopefully finding the correct path. But eventually finding a labyrinth tunnel of webs and funnel spiders of different strange variety than any of them had seen before, but to clever use of wild shape and the fly spell, was able to navigate the webs secretly, silently, stealthily, without being encountered by any of these dangerous spiders that would instantly ruin a lot of their armors. It's literally called a ruinous spider, or ruin spider. They found themselves in a huge cavern void filled with towering mushrooms and small mushrooms and all bioluminescent moss and things of stalactites and stalagmites. So they navigate through this area. They find small budding flowers of Terrazul, signs of the touch of the far realm, growing within the mortal plane. As Karina takes Petunia, Harold, and Vinley upon her belly in spider-like form, crawls along the ceiling as Orkira and Seisha fly through the sky above the mushrooms, heading towards the sounds of combat. As they hear the sounds of Far Realm's speech being cried out in this cacophonous clang of metal against flesh and rips of reality, see a group of possible adventurers being led by a familiar tiefling to everyone but Orkira and Karina. But it is the tiefling Araxios of Kuma's frontline fighters. A pale tiefling with black horns that match his eyes as he leads a charge towards these aberrant formed creatures, the new cults of the eye.
Yeah, and I will say that the other ones, the other humanoids, you don't recognize. Like, that's not Kuma, it's not the frontline fighters.
Yeah, as they made their way towards the Icewind Dale 10 towns.
Yeah, so it looks like there's a human, a water genasi, a goblin, a drow, and a half ogre, half orc, a real big half orc, or a half ogre, some form of large half giant, maybe. I don't know, big
Big boy.
Yep.
As they are in this calamity of again, steel versus flesh. What are you all doing?
How hurt do any of the people look?
They look kind of hurt.
Okay.
They definitely have wounds. There's nobody that's mortally wounded currently. But you can see them having some trouble with this small group of aberrant formed humanoids.
Yep.
Well, aberrations suck.
How far above flying in? And I am going to say in deep speech, Blessed are the aberrations, because they're about to be fucked. I'm flying into the fight.
Oh, fucking amazing.
All right.
I think Harold was about to ask my question.
How high above are we on the spider?
You guys were somewhere between 100 and 120, depending on where you were on a stalactite or where the dip of the cavernous is. So let's say 110.
So jumping down would be a terrible idea.
I have telekinesis.
Since I had also flown in, am I a little bit lower?
You can be, like I said, we'll say 90 for a big stalactite.
Okay. How much are we allowed to do in this moment, or are we about to go into initiative?
It's more so like, what are you guys doing? Some of you unseen in this moment, as I said, there's a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
Can get a surprise if you so wish. Seisha's going straight into it, announcing her entrance, but what are the rest of you doing?
I would like to cast a guiding bolt at one of the cultists.
Okay.
I can Eldritch Blast from up here, so
If you
I'll do that.
hold on the Eldritch Blast so I can take a surprise and I can web. I
Okay.
can web the group below of bad guys.
And I would like to get within 60 and cast a Mass Cure Wounds out of my book on the group that have been fighting the spiders.
Got it.
Yeah.
So we got Guiding Bolt, we have Eldritch Blast, we have Mass Heal, Web, Seisha, just charging in.
As I'm charging in, I'm going to do Sapping Sting on whichever one Araxios is fighting.
Okay, you will see that in this current time, there are 3 of these aberrant humanoids, and then floating around, kind of just like very quickly moving, is this almost starry orb, but the stars and nebula that form look like an iris that is just emblazoned with hatred. And
That's
these
what I'm
like
going after.
okay. And there's these tendrils that are all like whipping around, following as it is just moving violently. And it is probably about that big. It is
Target acquired.
target acquired. Herd. Almost the size of Petunia.
Slap.
It's gonna fall like Petunia. Sorry, Petunia.
It's fine. It's fine. Fine.
So everybody go ahead and roll initiative. And we'll get the order of all of these actions.
Well, hi, Stella.
It's the cleric initiative.
Stella just let herself into the room.
Hi, Stella.
Pretty Stella.
Okay.
I guess I should be happier that I rolled well on the heal and not on the initiative.
I have these cool things. I'll just do
Ew.
this.
Love that.
Thanks, Beetle and Grim.
Wait, why does that one have to be a bad guy? It's actually kind of slay.
What, the eyeball one?
Yeah.
Aw.
The art is way
Oh.
less scary looking than
whatever
than
we
the
were
description.
thinking.
Yes.
Alright, balls of fire.
Yep.
Yay, Beetle and Grim monster cards.
There is 16. And that one is 22. Finley, what'd you get?
14.
Karina.
22.
Harold.
28.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
I don't have an encounter build for this, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna go old school on this. 25 to 20,
It's 28.
or above that. So 28, Harold. Anybody above 28?
No.
All right.
22 for me.
All right.
20 to 15.
You guys.
I'm the old one that's supposed to have a cleric initiative, guys.
You guys.
Come on.
Look, I've got a Seisha initiative, and I've had it the whole damn day.
All right.
15 to 10.
14.
14.
What was that, Seisha? 15?
14.
14. So both 14.
Who else got a 14? Venley?
Yep.
Nice.
Seisha, Finley has a higher dex. We all know it.
Yes, she does.
10 to 5.
7.
7!
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, complete side note, because I just noticed this. Rhea, your hair looks amazing. I love the haircut.
Thank you. I just
Super
straightened
cute.
it.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry, it's the truth.
7 for,
Both of them.
and that's
Petunia
Kira
and Petunia.
Petunia. I know Petunia has higher, but it's fine. And then garbage. All right.
Starting in the top with your jumping into combat, Harold.
If they're within 120 feet, I can Eldritch Blast all the way up here.
Yep, you can. Are you?
I'll focus on. I guess because it looks like Seisha's heading towards the big one, but I can soften it up. I'll shoot at that one until it stops being that one.
The eye orb?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So go ahead and make your attacks.
Do I have advantage?
Yes. Karina, you're up next.
On all 4 of them?
Yes.
Okay. Cool with me.
Fuck 'em up.
Surprise is good.
28 on the first one.
Hits.
Okay, the second one is a 16.
Hits.
Okay, well, we're in business now. 30 obviously hits. And then the last one, 16. So they all hit.
Got it.
Here comes
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, you can
and
give
I
it
gotta
to
remember-
me. Just give it all to me all in one lump sum if you want.
Okay, cool. So,
Whatever's easier.
oh wow, max damage on the first one.
Holy cow.
There's a crappy one.
26. 32.
Okay, and then
Yeah, that's fine.
so it was 40 so far.
Mm-hmm.
40 damage. If it's all one lump sum, it's 56.
Got it.
56.
Nice.
You see this thing just like ripple and like, but as your blade hits, you see that it tries to like almost absorb it, but doesn't, as it explodes into a bunch of insects and flowers that all coalesce back into your hand.
I will say over the telepathic line, I don't think we should cast spells at that thing.
Aw,
We'll cast spells on the other things.
I have a plan. It's not gonna like the spell I'm gonna cast.
It's just
Okay.
that.
Seisha's casting big sword.
And then Karina, it's your turn.
All right. How many are on the field of each thing?
3 of these guys, 1 of this.
Okay. I'm gonna go down a stalagmite just enough to get in range, and I'm going to web shoot at one of the dudes.
Okay.
All right. What's the range on your webs?
City feet.
All right, so you'll have to move.
Your rubs.
Move a little closer.
Yep. And I am going to roll to hit. Nat 20 for a 25.
Okay. Is it a hit or is it a save? For
It's
the
a
web?
hit, and then he has to make a save.
Got it. Okay.
If he fails the save, he's restrained.
It's a strength.
Or no, wait, I'm sorry. He is restrained when I hit him.
Okay, and
Next turn, he makes the save to try and get out.
then copy that. Okay.
Sorry, had to reread what it was.
It's all good.
That's dope.
No problem. And then you see its form just webbed up against a mushroom stalk nearby.
Karina's like, Hold tight.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
And I'll move back up.
Yeah, and you can see that these adventurers, more or less, you can see that the water genasi is kind of back on a ledge, kind of leaning around a stalactite with a longbow, taking aim and firing at the weird orb-like thing that you can see Araxios is engaged with. His weapon like coalescing in green fire every so often as he's swinging it.
Are there other large spiders around me?
Not currently.
Okay.
You guys are well away from the webs now.
You can see the goblin is engaged with one of these creatures that didn't get webbed against the wall, kind of wielding this war hammer, wearing a breastplate, carrying a shield, and kind of get the sense there's definitely a cleric-like vibe coming from him.
I am going to give the adventurers a, like, James and the Giant Peach, how do you do?
Nice.
As the spider so that they know I'm not, like, against them.
Yeah, I mean, immediately, like,
How do you do?
with the Eldritch Blast, and then the spider kind of looks back and sees Harold, like, on atop the spider. And then you doing the howdy do, and they're just kind of look at each other. You can see that the drow actually is wearing robes and is in the midst of casting a spell. And the human is engaged with one of these other creatures, and the ogre is the one that was right next to the one that you pinned, and just kind of looks around, looks over at you, takes his giant maul, and is beginning to bring it up. But before he can do that,
it is these aberrant humanoids' turn. You watch as the one you snared looks up at you, and you
I'm
see
getting ready to woe that motherfucker.
You see its form just, and a black hole appears in the web.
Loser.
You see the mushroom begin to shrivel and break, and I need within 30 feet.
I got it.
You see a lot of the
human, the ogre, Araxios, and the goblin all get pulled into it.
Oh.
And
or possibly get pulled
into it. Let's find out.
Dang it, and I've got woe. I can't help.
Let's see.
That's why I got
Wait, I
healing
have
on
Pact
deck.
of the Talisman. I can give them some help if this is like a group action.
It is not a group. It is individual. Let's
Who's
see.
most important?
Strength save?
It is
Yes.
Yes.
11 from the ogre.
Fails.
Okay.
Let me know if Araxios fails.
We have the human. Oh, yeah.
wrong one.
He fails. Araxios does not. He got a
Okay, thank God.
21.
Okay, is there another one that's also important? So my pact of the Talisman
and
only
last but
is
not least
for
is
who
the
fails.
Goblin cleric.
There have been a couple
fails.
people who...
So Araxios passes,
Goblin NPC.
but the other ones fail.
Let me add to the cleric just to see if I can help.
Got it.
Okay.
2.
Let's see. Rolled 6 plus. Still not enough.
It's fine. That's what that power's for, is to try and help. It's only a D4.
It's all good.
That's the name of the show.
You see them all just boom slam into this thing as their body is like being rended away and like pulled almost into this black hole, this event horizon. In a split second, they all take 21 points of damage.
Got it. I'm doing that now.
And Araxios will take 10.
Got it.
But probably has a thing to negate it. Oh, fighter. Got it. Cool. And then as it does that, it reappears behind all of them and will take 2 swings at them. Okay. A 17 to... Let's go for the cleric.
No.
Rude.
Why is it always going to be the cleric?
Gone.
Yeah,
Oh.
we'll get to that in a second.
Got it. Then Araxios.
Okay, Araxios, yeah.
17 does not hit him.
Ooh, war cleric. Damn.
No. We'll explain the cleric. He's actually going after the tiefling Araxios.
Ooh, war tiefling. Yeah.
Sure.
And you see everyone that's around this, they actually all have to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, good.
That.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that'll be on their turn.
Okay,
This is the
got
first
it.
time we
Start of
watched
their turn.
it. Okay.
And then more attacks.
Not on my watch. No.
To the one that is not in that group.
Okay, so that is... Got it. That's the ranger or the...
A 14.
14 hits the ranger, the
Okay.
water genasi.
Got it. Then a miss. And then another 14. So that's going to be 14 points of psychic damage. Needs a wisdom saving throw. And then another 7 points of psychic. Nope. 7 piercing, 7 psychic.
Yeah, so 14 total.
Yep.
Twice.
Yes.
Still good. Wisdom save?
Yep.
Ooh, maybe. 16 on the die. 17?
17 will pass.
Cool. Got it. Oh, jeez.
Yep. As you see that, as that first strike, they grab their head and they almost stagger a little bit before they're able to block one.
And the like tentacles coming out of the body of this creature is like grabbing the bow as they're trying to like pull back to take a shot.
And then the last one reaches its hand up towards the spider and where these arcane bolts came out and begins, has a very similar thing to Herald as shadows begin to coalesce as a smaller form of what is above the city begins to form above you guys. And need everybody... The area becomes like pitch black. Harold, you're the only person that can see through it. It becomes cold, and you start to hear those whispers and noises of wet flesh. You are all blinded except for Harold.
Yeah.
Like
And then,
all of us?
Spider
You and Spider Crew. So the only person not in it is Seisha. It is a 20-foot radius, unless
You're not either, Orkira.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say. I shouldn't be
Cast
that
it.
close to
Was
them.
it the eye?
Good.
No,
No.
this is one of these creatures.
One of the cultists. But speaking of the eye,
Yeah. The goblin cleric goes down.
yep.
He is currently down
Kira, you got
in this
him?
moment.
I will.
This will go after the
I am
one that is separate, the
slow.
ranger.
Okay.
And the first one is a 18.
18 hits the water genasi.
Yep. That is 10 force damage. And is currently grappled.
Yep.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Don't like that.
Ooh, keep me away from that one. Oh no.
14.
We'll throw
14.
Petunia Denley at that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, this might drop it. And you watch the ranger just scream out in pain. Blood pours out of their eyes and nose and ears, taking 21 points of psychic damage.
Goes down.
We are watching.
Vinley, it is your turn.
Can
Not
I
on my
get
watch.
out of here, of the darkness?
You do not see an exit, but there's a
I can
possibility.
also fly. So I'm gonna jump
you
off of.
start your turn. You take 9 points of cold damage.
Yikes.
I love it when people cast darkness spells on me.
I pass my concentration check for
Okay.
fly. And then once I get into visual range, I want to release that guiding bolt that I had planned.
Okay, got it. Yes.
Moving as you just start flying, you move about 20 feet, and then on that 25 mark, you're out of it.
Slay. I will
but you can
relay
still
that.
hear behind you.
Still moseying my way away from that, and I will relay that it's only about 25 feet from light. Then I'm gonna let go of the guiding bolt. Do I still have advantage?
Yes.
Yeah,
Because technically this was surprise, and
we're still working with it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you guys are supposed to do a whole round without them, but
it's all good.
It is all good.
They're fighting the thing. The peeps.
Mainly.
Natural 20.
Natural
Nice.
20.
Which one are you shooting
attacking?
at?
Yes.
One of the cultists.
Okay, cool.
And so that's 40. No. Why don't I have it pulled up?
You doing one of the webbed one or the not webbed one?
The not webbed one.
Okay. That just helps me.
So that's 10, 15, 20 doubled is 40?
40. Nice.
40 radiant damage.
Got it.
Got
It slams in. It kind of stumbles back a bit as its attention just looks up at you, as its mouth slack jaw, and it just as it goes, mouth opens, and keeps opening and keeps opening and keeps opening and keeps opening as the mouth just continues going down to the stomach, as a tongue just kind of opens up as it just goes. Just lets out this gurgling scream.
I think Vinley is like, she had prepped a witty one-liner, and that happened, and she was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
just visibly rotates.
Rotating? No.
Collect yourself. We're good? Okay.
And slowly rotates back. And finishing the rest of my move towards the goblin and Rack.
Cool, got it. Seisha, it is your turn.
Seisha reaches down and runs her hand across her blade, and as her hand trails across it, mist emerges and begins etching a tree on her blade in a blue glowing light as she casts Cerulean Weapon.
Oh shit.
Nice.
And she goes in to attack the eye.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be a... What do I switch?
We did not start
sorry.
the turn there.
Right here. There we go. A 21 to hit.
21
and
hits.
A 26 to hit.
And 26 hits.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. You want the damage separately?
Oh.
Because I am smiting.
Nope, you can give it to me. I need psychic separately.
Okay. So Cerulean and Radiant can be together.
Correct.
Cool.
No, I need Cerulean separate because that's it
Yeah.
it's
So you need
vulnerable
all
to
three
that.
separately.
Yeah, I need them all separately. Sorry.
Cool. 6, 7, 8, 11, 14 Radiant.
Okay.
4 plus 7 Cerulean.
I got it.
And 13 Psychic. And the Psychic is with the Gathalan Blade.
Yep, which is why you're
I take
rolling
half.
damage.
Yep.
Otherwise, it would be immune.
That makes sense.
And I have taken the damage that I take as a result.
Yep, cool, great.
Mundane weapons here.
And that is my turn, I guess, because I'm rolling up on it, smacking it.
And that was
And that's my movement,
got it. Yeah,
action,
and I mean
bonus
you
action.
come in and just stab into it, and as you do, you can see that the Gathalan steel sword that you have formed as it cuts in that tree, that cerulean tree rune symbol, which kind of glows and flares brightly on your blade, almost like you now like remembering that vision that Petunia and Brunschlager told you of when what's his name? My brain just dirt.
Right on Kane.
Right on
Is
Kane.
this
Right on
what I
Kane.
saw too? Is it from the etchings in the road?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
As you saw it as well. Yep, that's right. kind of that same thing as it hits in. There's this burst of cerulean blue energy as like silent, no screech, no nothing. This entity just blips out of existence. It's gone.
But not in a banishing type of way. As in it doesn't exist.
It's gone.
As
It
in-
is
as in a
gone.
do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Like a fine purple mist.
Killed this
Like in
motherfucker.
the list of creatures I have here, I can take one eyeball thing off the list.
It's true. Yes,
Oh.
that is very
Oh,
true.
that's handy. And she just turns and looks at a cultist.
Okay.
I don't know which.
I got it. So the drow.
They all need to make.
Oh yes. Start of the turn, right? Wisdom saves. Yeah,
Yeah.
wisdom saves. So hold on, drow. Solid black die for that.
I have to pull out so many d8s. It makes me happy.
Pass, and then
Oh.
not something else happens with that.
Okay.
That's that one.
Okay.
Okay. Drow passes. Is there anything that happens on a succeed?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, great. You see him like kind of reach in and begin to kind of like cast a strange like rippling wave of almost like magical gravity as not necessarily exactly like these of like what they're doing, but in a sense where basically taking it and manipulating the gravity around it itself, as it just kind of pinpoints this little area in between the three cultists, even the one that's webbed, as it just begins to pull them into it much like they did, but a very similar means. It's not like the black void of reality ripping, but another black hole opening in a sense.
This is a natural one, though.
As it begins to pull them into it. So I need the 3 to make strength saves. We'll say the other one passes because he's stuck to a wall.
No, he's not. Remember, he blipped out.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So
Strengths.
strengths.
The highest is 12.
Oh no, all fail. So they're gonna take roll. Somebody roll me 5d6.
I got 3.
I'm on it. I'm on it. Oh, all right.
I got 30.
Oh, it's a. Do you want them separately or?
Oh my god.
No, you give there's 3 monsters, so we'll do 3 different ones. Let's go. What do we got over here? We got
4.
4. I have 3
from
1.
Oh, you rolled 1. You rolled 1. You rolled,
I can roll another.
roll 3 more.
3 more.
Or no, from Karina
Go,
because you rolled 1. Yep.
Okay.
So 4, 3. So that's 7.
4, 5, 5, 5.
Nice. So 7 plus
22.
22. All right. So
That's
one
wild.
takes 22.
Harold, what'd you roll?
I rolled 15. 3 1s and 2 6s.
Holy cow.
Still up
And
with the average.
Sasha, did you roll it?
I got a 6.
No, roll 5 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, give me 5 of them.
3, 6, 1,
10,
5, 5.
20.
Got it. And 20. Cool. All right. That's they just get pulled in together as they just slam into each other as this kind of crushes them. Yeah, that's and they kind of that's the drow's turn. That's the.
That might be the first time. I'm excited to see that magic since leaving Wild Mount.
That's fair.
I got you.
Having followed Akira's travels, that's fair.
But the good news is, like, every time it happens, and it's like, oh, now I have a point of reference in this world that's good.
That wasn't him.
Oh.
That was the drow. That was the wizard.
Akira is the best of all of us.
Yeah, no, he goes down there.
Can confirm.
I'm just along for the ride.
The ranger is unmoving.
I know.
That is the human.
Okay, or Kira, you will be coming up next, and Petunia, you're right after her.
You can see that the human has 2 daggers. Looks to be very roguish in nature. And comes up and is going to attempt to hit some. Rolling it. Misses on one and hits on the other. Is going to do some damage. Not a lot of damage.
Every hit point counts.
All right. After that is the ogre. Ogre's going to take his big maul, which he was about to hit the guy who was who was slammed or pinned against the wall with the webs, but he turned away. So he kind of looks, sees them all gathered together, and just rears back and throws his maul at the cluster of the three of them. All right. We're gonna do that there. Oh yeah, that's a good hit. It's gonna do 9 bludgeoning there. So that'll be that brings us to.
You're looking
Orkira.
at this ogre, this large giant of a person, and they're standing at like 12 foot tall.
Oh.
Yeah, they are massive. Continue. It is Orkira.
It's on you, Orkira.
Hey, I'm gonna fly on down so I'm within 60 feet. She's gonna grab her book and just kind of pat it gently, and from it a little firefly comes out like she'd shaken it loose, and it lands so that it is within 30 feet of all of these lovely non-aberrant people, especially the ranger and the cleric who are unconscious, and a very gentle wave of reddish energy out as I am casting Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Each of them get 21 health back.
Damn, that's good health.
Got it.
That's a lot of good.
And full. They
And then
all
she'll-
get 21. You said.
21 to 1, which is ironically like I'd rolled that before we started,
Yes.
and you've just been hitting people for 21, and I'm like, this is.
It's actually in chat from like the beginning of the fight that she rolled 21.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Now I have to do reverse math.
I know, right?
It's kind of perfect.
You mean subtraction?
Yeah, take those 2 people out of death saves. I said not on my watch.
Yep, you
did, I heard
you
it.
see the goblin cleric start to stir, but the ranger does not move.
All right, then with the last of my movement, I will be moving in a rangerly direction.
Okay.
That and I can actually do this here.
And is that all you're doing?
Yeah, because that was my action and my movement, and I don't have a bonus action.
Okay, Petunia, you're up. You are up.
Oh my god, that's amazing. You just completely like took away the damage they took. So it goes to 18,
That's why I'm here.
Because
Taking
they
away
took exactly
damage.
21 damage, and then you healed 21 damage. Love it. Petunia.
So there are how many enemies currently around?
There are 3 of the. That's gone. 3 of these guys.
Those guys.
Also, just to be fair, we're still in the darkness, right?
You are correct.
And Petunia, because they're on the spider.
So I'm in darkness.
You in the darkness.
But you do know that Vinley said about 25 feet down you can see again. You do start your turn in there. Hold on.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just
You take
trying-
6 points of cold damage.
Me? Okay.
I blame
Yep.
Ethan for
I
everything.
got plenty of insulation, but fine.
It's like
How many points?
6.
6? Okay.
Smart.
All right.
Are you going to fire a magic missile at the darkness? Because I'll give you $1 if you do.
I wish I had that spell, but I do not.
Damn it.
I mean, you could
I
always
did not
fall
go for
and
combat. I went for utility.
hope you land on a giant toadstool.
I mean, I find it deliciously ironic that the only spell that Petunia, the luck cleric, the luck wizard, who just sometimes things are good and sometimes things are bad, you don't take the spell that's an automatic hit. I think that's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, that's poetry.
Totally on purpose. Oh man.
Wait, take a look at the spell you were looking at. Maybe it'll work without
Slow?
having to. Yeah, let's see if you have to actually see them.
No, it's just within range.
But do you have to cast it to a point within range? Do you have to see a point?
Can I get my fiance to point my hand in the right direction?
I don't hate it because I'm not seeing anything here that says you have to see.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm here
Do
for
it.
it. I love it.
The only
I
thing.
can't see. I need you to point me towards, to point my hand towards the enemies.
Okay.
Okay, Drake,
No.
Is Harold aiming Petunia?
Right. Go.
All right.
The only thing you can't do because you can't see and you're relying on Harold is you would not be able to be like, I want to specifically shift it so that no friendlies are in it. So you can definitely
alter
get
time around 6 characters of your choice.
Okay. Well, there you
Just
go.
kidding.
Typically, if you can't see what you're casting towards, you don't get to choose that. But there you go.
Yeah, you go like the tentacle ones.
Semantics.
Yeah, the 3 jerks and the tentacle one, but the tentacle one's not there, so 3 jerks it is.
All right, 3 jerks are gonna roll. Okay,
3 jerks
one
in Jerktown.
1 natural 20s, 1.
Okay, an 11 and a 13, and then 1 natural 20.
I think the 11 and the 13 both fail. Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
might
Can we
get
can we
that.
woe the natural 20?
Can't woe a natural 20, but you can luck it.
Technically,
I was gonna say,
raw,
I
you
also
can.
could give it my
but-
6.
Give
can?
me 6.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I think I'll
Skills,
give
yes.
it my 6.
Saves and attacks, no.
No, it's for any roll. It's just I have to roll it before you say what the outcome is.
Copy that. Yeah.
That's why it works on nat 20s because it's considered you starting at a deficit and then you add your roll to that.
That's wild that they can do that.
I searched on Reddit for so long.
It's also, as much as we appreciate when people are fast in combat, when the DMs are fast in combat, and you need to be like, I need to do this before you hit someone. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Don't say the thing yet. Don't say the thing.
It's a lot easier when you're in person because you can throw things at them.
Like Beetle and Grimm's little initiative counter beanbags. But Petunia, are you doing anything about the natural 20?
Yes, I'm giving him a 6 from my portent.
Okay. That will fail. They are all currently slowed.
Yes.
Dope.
They have a
Why
minus
did
2.
we all sound like that?
Minus 2 to their AC and dexterity saving
Yeah,
throws.
you got him.
Okay, good. Sure.
And also, if they cast, it takes them.
Yeah, you got him.
It's disgusting. I love it.
All right.
That made me happy.
That was very cute. I watched that happen. That was adorable.
Everybody's looking pretty okay. You watch as the cleric kind of just like grasps on the like lays his hand on the shield and then just kind of like holds up, and you see as this radiant energy washes out from him as he will bless his allies.
Yeah.
So Araxios.
Out of abject curiosity from one cleric to another, do I see a holy symbol? Do I recognize a signal? Do I have any idea where this goblin is getting their power from?
1 second.
Oh, it's
not in there?
It might be, but it also might be
Magoobliet. It's
something
Magoobliet.
else.
Hey, listen.
I love me some Magoobliet.
I am
Just chaos and murder. That is how I roll.
It's not anything. It's this.
This is how I roll on a certain video game.
Look at it.
Yeah. Yes, you would recognize the light of Lathander.
Oh, Baylor! Hey!
Or
Who?
Or Baylor.
That's Greyhawk.
Amazing.
But that's the one that she knows.
Yep.
So Araxios, the ogre, and the drow wizard are blessed.
Got it.
Yep.
That's his. Now Araxios' turn. Is gonna kind of like look up and like see you, Seisha, and is just gonna
Passes that.
be like,
The cleric would have failed. The cleric would have
Aisha
taken
just winks at him.
7.
Just like smile and wink.
he's just gonna just be like, all right, that's interesting. And is then going to
Harold, you're up next. Karina, you're in the hole.
move up, and you see his longsword is just constantly just burning fire, as we'll make 3 attacks against one against each of them because they're all clustered right together. So
And currently slowed, so they have -2 to their AC.
Oh wow, that is absolute garbage.
All you need is a 14.
It might actually be able to hit.
I mean, all you really need is love, but a 14.
Only 1 hits.
All you need
Wow.
is...
Yep.
A 14.
12, 12, and a 15.
Yep.
Yep. Does some damage.
Okay. Harold, you're up. You're up.
It's me. I'm gonna take cold damage.
Yes. You take 9 points of cold damage.
Damn. I am much less insulated.
You have less insulation than I do.
Petunia, you did not leave it, so I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep. As
No.
How about dexterity saving? No.
yeah, and Harold, since you can see, you're surrounded by tentacles that are closing in on you.
Oh no.
What'd you get on your dex save?
13.
13. You will take 9 points of acidic damage as
Ow!
one of these tendrils wraps around you. And
Ew.
here. Spell casting is here.
Oh, got it. Yeah. That's
And you see, Harold, you watch as one of these tendrils wrap around Petunia and then pulls away as it pulls away these small, like, tooth-like barbs rake across her skin as acid pours it across her. Does that. It is your turn.
Oh, that thing's dead. That thing is dead.
Okay, which one of them casted this?
One of the...
One, it's hard to tell which one, because they're all now clustered in a pile together, so it's hard to tell which one did it.
Oh, they're
One of
clustered in
them-
a pile together, you say?
Yes, they
Say
are.
which one casted. I said
I will
fireball.
fireball that.
Yes!
Sounds good, yeah.
Keisha, there's the fire you've been asking for.
Yes! Since I can absolutely see where to place it, I'll place it to not hurt the rest of them.
You will hit. Araxios is right in the middle of it.
Oh, is he?
Oh.
If that's the case...
But it's fine. That's good. Go.
Okay, I'm going. I know he's roguey. They need dex saves.
The highest one is... Ooh, that's... Actually, they got pretty good.
But they slow.
21 minus 2,
are
so
they slow?
19.
That one will pass.
Okay, the others will fail.
Oh, damn.
Araxios got a 21.
That will pass.
Okay, you watch him as like catches it out of the corner of his eye as he's like, and you see him bring his shield up and ducks down into it as he will use shield mastery to take no damage.
Nice.
Very well done. They'll all take... The one that passed will take half of 57. The others just take 57.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Hold on.
That was a great roll.
Yay.
Nice.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty happy with that.
No one's.
57 is 20. May not matter.
22. is
Which
what you're
one?
looking
Which
for.
one? Which one failed? The first, second, or third roll?
Middle, second.
Is the one that passed?
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter for all of them.
Sing us that song, baby.
Yeah.
Was that...
Sing us that song, because the only one that the ones that would have been alive were the ones that if they passed, they would have survived with half. But since the one that failed the save, he's done, or the one that passed the save is done. They're all dead. Get him out of here.
Yeah, so Harold's
Words are hard.
fireball, he shoots the bead out, it lands on the ground, and this big mask of flames bursts out and swallows them and explodes. And Harold just kind of like pokes his head back out. Like, I'm sure the darkness disappears.
The darkness will disappear now. Yeah, I've been rolling their concentration. But as that, you also hear a small, like, as a couple of other mushrooms explode.
And fire, as there's a couple fire stalks in there.
And Harold just kind of slides back onto the spider and just pats Karina twice, like, thanks for the assist.
You're welcome.
Yes, giant spider leg pats you on the head, as in your head.
A furry one at that.
If we're out of initiative,
Yes.
Yep.
I am flying my way towards the ranger who has not gotten up after I healed them, and I'll basically either wave or indicate to the goblin cleric and be like, come on. And
As you look towards the goblin cleric, they just kind of shake their head no, almost knowing. And as you get closer, you realize why, as you see something running off through the mushrooms, small in size, an orb with these massive, like, paw-like claws.
oh, it's an intellect. That's an intellect devourer. Orkira knows that super, super well. You all met Orkira because of an intellect devourer.
Kill that? What do we do?
I'm going. Oh, shoot. I'm
got
gonna.
this.
She doesn't even answer. It's one of the. And I'm gonna guiding bolt it.
Guiding bolt, okay. Roll
Yeah.
a hit.
Fly after it just in case the bolt doesn't take it out. 'Cause I don't know what it is.
What if the devourer is the adventurer?
I don't know. 18 to hit.
18 hits?
We've seen one of these before
You have.
in the very beginning.
No, you saw a different iteration because we changed it because you're level 1 and that's unfair.
Thank you.
Yes.
22 radiant damage.
balloon,
Yes,
you did
and,
see
and
that.
the
You saw a baby.
yeah the reason that you met Orkira is because we ran into intellect devourers when we were still way too low a level.
Yeah. But yeah, the 21 hits. What is your damage?
No,
There was 21
yeah.
radiant.
21
Yeah.
radiant.
Nice. Yep. It,
Yeah.
It,
Or no,
Okay.
22. I think it was 22 radiant.
yeah. It curls up and it stops moving.
Yeah, you see the brain ooze a liquid as it deflates.
Did you know about that?
What was that?
It was one of those puppy brain legs. It's the worst. That's the thing that ate my brain and how I ended up here.
And I'll keep going over towards the ranger because I want to inspect this body as quickly as possible before a minute has passed, just in case.
Okay, go ahead and make a medicine check.
Sure.
What do you think they're talking about down there?
Orkira's apparently rattled by seeing intellect devourer and rolled a 14.
A
What if he's
14.
just taking a nap?
Okay.
Harold.
You can instantly know this creature is dead. But as you're looking over its body, you see a tattoo that's on it. And what was originally a circle with spokes that then was changed to a circle with spokes to have a stem is now a circle with spokes that all kind of blend together like tentacles hanging down around this circular shape as Araxios sheathes his blades and walks towards you.
I land next to Orkira.
That was one of those puppy brain leg things that the mind flayers. They make them and then they teleport into your brain and they kill you from the inside.
And I'm like holding the body, almost like I'm shaking the lapel of the body, like I'm angry at them. But I'm looking over at the goblin. I'm like,
Am I bringing this person back or not? I'm very confused. Was this person? Did you know about that?
And then as you say this, Araxios jolts back and you see his
Araxios, the goblin,
yeah,
all of them at the same time jolt.
and their eyes crackle with dark arcane energy as something speaks through them.
Yeah, as all of them speak
drop
together.
the body. Oh God. Oh no.
Yeah, and you just hear, "Thank you for destroying the Eye Tyrant and the Rose. I am enjoying my new throne as Xanathar. I have been untethered from the elder brain of Chitil for a long time now, but now I have true freedom, unburdened by any master. No threat from this world or any other will force me to kneel again. Please do not stand in my way.
We have a long-standing debt to settle.
Well, you know what? You know what? I hate all of this.
And I'm specifically now looking at the goblin. What's speaking through the goblin?
I hate you. I hate this. I hate all of this. But guess what? What we're doing is trying to save this world you want to make that happen in. So we're not getting in your way. You're getting in ours.
I am not getting in any way.
Well, why were you threatening us then?
What are they saying down there? Is it bad?
They're controlled by the mind flayer that used to work for Xanathar.
Oh shit, dude got an upgrade?
Apparently.
Fuck that! Look,
That's right, Harold. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I got. Sorry to yell at you, Karina. I know it's probably loud. I don't know how spider ears work. I have no idea how loud this is to you.
They have good hearing.
Okay.
Korea's just like, I have no context for this. Should I stab him?
I don't think we have time to deal with him and really the bodies.
Or
we'll deal with you later.
Perhaps
enjoy your reprieve.
Perhaps we will meet again. I would love for you to share your knowledge.
I have some knowledge I'd love to share.
Nope, no sharing. Nothing, no, because sharing means taking on your side.
And I've just dropped, I've dropped the body and I've started to use burning hands to cremate the body.
And
I'm imagining Karina going, joke's on you, I'm dumb as fuck.
And you see them all just begin to back away into the shadows and leave you all alone.
It's my dump set. I'm
I know, right?
Oh, it's been not enough time since I've seen one of those. How's everybody doing?
I'm okay.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, I got chunks out of me, but I'm okay. Something sucked on my neck, and it wasn't Harold.
Your definition
sure?
of Harold, or your definition of okay is still way off. What?
And I'll
try to get to. Well, I can see the darkness went away though, right?
Yeah, it went away when they got fireballed.
Yeah,
it was very much as Finley said, hunger of Harold instead of the hunger of Hadar.
I love knowing every spell in D&D.
I have that spell.
What?
Hey, Harold, you get in your head.
Oh, damn it.
I thought you were a bard and not a necromancer.
I swear to God, man.
Why?
A neck romancer.
What did he say, Harold?
Oh, boo!
Yeah.
Harold will grin and will be like, I don't think it's worth sharing, but let me tell you, he is living embodiment of there's no such thing as a bad bit.
What? Wait, he tried. What is he doing in there?
And I'm
You
gonna
don't understand. He has the driest, best sense of humor ever. I don't understand how this dude is so cold to us and so funny in my head.
Harold, go ahead and make a insight check.
Harold, has it occurred to you that he's trying to manipulate you?
Yeah, every step of the way. I've kind of been doing the same
Every
to
single
him.
day of my life.
26.
26. You can feel that Manshun is testing how to break your concentration if he ever needed to.
He's so right.
So not doing it in combat so as to not harm you, but learning what makes you tick so that if it ever needed to arise.
Yeah, because Lord knows if he does get a body, I'm first up on the revenge list. There's no question. Part of me wants to put him in another body just so we can have that thrown out.
Speaking of revenge, I mean, I'm not a fan of mind flayers or any of their puppies. But did you know that specific one?
That's the one that almost made me kill Voss.
You knew that specific one. Okay.
Yeah, we knew that mind flayer. We didn't know that specific guy. We did know that guy, which sucks.
That the mind flayer you know is in there.
He worked for the Xanathar, and when we found the Xanathar's lair in the sewers, we crossed paths with him. He used magic to manipulate my mind and take control of me, and I stabbed Voss through the heart as he was bleeding out on the ground.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, that was like day one.
Yeah.
That's a tabaxi in my hometown.
Oh,
I haven't met this specific mind flayer, but I've had many encounters with mind flayers in general and the brain puppies, and yeah, it's just yeah. Petunia, here, let me just grab that acid that looked bad, and I'm just gonna do a cure wounds, first level cure wounds on my staff, and you can get 8 health back.
Perfect. What time is it? Like, how tired are we? Do we feel like we've been going for hours and it's rest time, or is it kind of
you're getting close to rest.
Yeah, it's getting close to that point. I mean, it was nightfall when y'all started, and you've been traversing for several hours, so it's definitely getting to that. Like, we should probably
start looking for some place to make camp.
We can't be here.
I turn and look at Venley and Petunia. Can either one of you do the house magic?
Of course.
The House of Davils?
I can't do a house, but I can do a dome.
That'll work.
A dome of Davils? That makes more sense.
It's mine.
You guys know this very well. Is the
It's been a while. It's been a while.
I just don't know if they prepared the spell. That's why I'm asking.
I can do it as a ritual.
You do realize that although the others that walked away, they left the ranger behind.
Oh yeah, and I cremated the body right there. Remember burning hands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I don't know if there was not enough time for all the other things that our hero would have wanted to do. She thought we were going to have to run, and so
should we have killed them? Okay. Are they trapped in their mind? Or are they gone?
They're gone. It's yeah.
All right.
Which is why I didn't immediately try to bring this one back, and I got very, very confused.
Is there, before I ask a very stupid question, is there a likelihood of us seeing a thing like that again?
Probably. He said he'll see us again.
Okay, then what's a mind flayer?
Okay, so mind flayers are like squid-faced things. They're purple. They don't really feel emotions the way people do. And they just kind of kill things and make them enthralled to them.
They call themselves illithid.
They dominate the minds of creatures and people and basically consume free will and puppet them. They create more through some sort of ritual or something that involves their victims turning into them. They transform people into them.
So like zombies, but they can do more.
And they are basically a host for the consciousness.
And the memory I give you is an encoded thought of what a mind flayer looks like.
Okay. Korea's like, ah!
They're awful.
Yeah, basically.
And
okay.
Yeah.
There is things that didn't burn from the body.
Despite burning it all together,
I searched the body.
Is the
digging
before
we're meant to find shit.
Yeah. Orkira stops burning hands for a moment, and all you are just like, loot time, and she's like, no, you wait until I'm done. There might be brain worms all over this thing.
More
as
so,
long as, long as the actual flesh is properly cremated, she's not as concerned about the items.
Yeah. More so, you guys don't realize it because this is a ritual that Orkira does and bundles the person with their things, lets them be cremated with their things. But some things are just a little bit more hardy, a little bit more magical, and don't get consumed. So that's not us being like, hey, here's some stuff that just legitimately would not burn.
Magic items don't get destroyed by fire.
So there
I'm not
is-
trying to destroy whatever that is, but just okay. All right, I think we're done. Okay. Oh yeah. You wanted to
the
check
body.
Karina's just a giant spider looking like a mom in a bargain bin right now, just like.
When I say I loot the body, I'm basically kicking through the ashes and
Wait,
looking
are
for
you-
anything left.
Are you lowering yourself to the floor?
Yeah.
Oh, we're just.
I go slow enough that you have time to crawl on top.
Still, like, the sideways crawl is probably the most arduous, where they're like hanging on, but like, just no false steps.
Oh!
It doesn't say.
That's the type of.
Oh
creature,
yeah,
though.
you're right.
So left behind is a longbow,
And there is a single arrow in a quiver, in a charred quiver, and then there's some coins.
Anybody use a bow?
I know several people who do, and we can
I
sell it.
technically can.
Well, one of you identify that, and whoever can use it, take it.
My skeleton use bows.
Mm.
And
That's
I
not
will
a bad
identify
idea.
it.
Okay. You
He'll
find
throw his weapon, so.
You also find 8 platinum and 110 gold.
Oh.
That
Damn.
are water Davian, so suns and dragons.
I take the platinum.
Okay. Putting things together, you kind of realize why, just using your passive investigation, Seisha, of why Araxios made such a strong argument to stay behind in Waterdeep, as you realize that his mind was probably taken many months ago.
Oh.
He was probably taken when we were all in the Xanathar lair.
More so when the, playing it back, when the cave-in happened and you were all separated.
Right, when we were in the lair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
making sure it wasn't during the
Yeah.
pits. But
Yeah.
Yeah, the flare like came out and saw the wreckage. Was like, the fuck is happening? And then saw that dude and was like, you come here.
But you all put up Liamon's tiny hut,
Yep.
Vinley's tiny hut.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it look like a rock on the outside.
Absolutely.
How big is this hut? And how long have we
Not
been down
not
here?
big enough for you to be a spider.
Yeah, how long have we been down here?
Hours.
Enough. Yeah, we're pushing through things, but you're traversing time, especially the first half, was a couple hours.
Okay, I'll take first watch, stay as a spider, and then I'll go to sleep as me.
That sounds good.
I'll go ahead and take second watch.
I'll take second.
We'll take third.
Karina's just gonna occupy herself, like, picking at the wall. Like, she's like, what do spiders do? I think this.
I've seen spiders do that.
I'm gonna also take first watch with Karina, but I can't leave,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna have Meryl and
You can see
Ithel.
how-
Yeah, you can see out. They just
I
can't
want
see it.
them to be flying
Patrol.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they can give you a mental command of like, "Hey, you should probably warg into me now."
Yeah. Like, just ping me if you need me to see something.
Just ping me.
Yeah.
Ping me.
Your pager will go off.
I just had a
Before we go to
corporate
bed, I'll
email
go ahead
shiver.
and cast, like,
Ping me if you need me.
alarm somewhere around, like, the most,
Okay.
more, yeah. Just to, you know, be safe.
Is there any spell I want to cast while I can still cast it?
Seisha puts, uses the Pancheska's amulet to cast Nistul's magic aura and masks her aura again.
You know what? I will cast a spell. I'll use my other warlock spell slot and cast project image and put myself back on the surface of Waterdeep to look around and see how things are going out there.
It's hectic. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Sure.
Oh, excuse me.
This is bard scrying. This is 100% bard scrying,
Bard
and I love
scry.
it.
I rolled a natural one. I think what happens.
Well,
Oh,
he
that's
uses
right,
a
I'm next to
mirror
you.
and he's like, oh.
I'm next to you. That's right. I'll re-roll.
Harold gets a busy
Much better,
signal the first
25.
time.
Okay. You see something that kind of takes you aback as you see. Looking up, that orb is still there, but you can see that there is a group around it fighting it off, and you see a bald man with tattoos.
Uh-oh.
That is kind of hovering, casting, but what like really kind of like throws you back is you see streaking through the sky this blue tinted humanoid sliding on ice, kind of arching around it as these ice daggers shoot out towards it.
My beloved.
Wow, that looks cool. I bet that guy's really neat.
And you hear someone screaming about Bahamut.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Wait
a
now
second. Wait a second.
And there is
and that one.
yeah. And there's just this ragtag group working together with the city, just kind of bringing it down. A couple crossbow bolts kind of fly from the shadows, and was that a top hat on a knoll? And
cool.
And a really dapper mustache
on a hooded figure.
Yes. Oh.
Working through the shadows, teaming up with another. What was her race?
All right, got it. So those are the crossbow bolts coming from the shadows.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, but there is the things happening.
And you see that they are working their way towards this
orb.
Is there anybody close by I recognize, like from the Asterian Order or something? Like, just
yeah.
anybody I can.
Of course. Let me bring them back up again, because
I'm sorry, I'm not. It don't have to be them. Just somebody I can talk to.
The exasperated DM, I guess I'll pull that up for you.
Yeah, sure. I'll find your fucking fan
Let me
service.
get the 25th tab up for you.
You're not quite wrong. I would say when you all saw the alley working together, you definitely saw all of them working together, fighting. Yeah, you'll see Reimer looks a little bit worse for wear. Tired, beaten, but still going on because the city is still in chaos. And you know that it would not be smart for you to continue on. However, these people are going to continue fighting until either all of the cultists are gone or that orb is probably gone.
Got it. Then I will turn to the nearest person I recognize.
Yep, you see Reimer.
Hey man, things
I thought you left.
I did. I am. I'm currently left. This is not really me. This is a big projection of me.
All right, what do you need?
I'm just checking in, making sure things are good. We do have a potion hidden in one of the drawers in the tavern right over there. I think it's third from the left. You seem like you sort of need... You know what? You're doing great.
Reimer, oh my god.
Yeah, you don't know how perfectly you're doing, Reimer, right now.
Dr. Luna's taking care of us. Don't worry about us. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yep, no worries. Just want to check the top side and stuff and just make sure. And then, like, what happens is one of the things swing through Harold and just pops.
Yeah, you see Reimer dodge at the last minute as that's how you realize, like, oh shit, I'm about to get got. And then
yeah, just like, no. For me. And Harold will, like, pop his head up like, oh, well, things are going about the same up top.
not a lot of casualties, so good for us. But man, it's crazy up there. That's basically it. I just figured, I've got the time, I'll check.
The entire
city is
fucking
holding.
rogues gallery. It's fine.
The city's holding.
Yeah, I saw Clav, Abe, and I can't think of his name, the changeling.
Wait.
Oh.
He was kicking ass.
Friends of yours?
Yeah.
The changeling studied under my mentor and was sent to talk, and I did not like him.
He was neat, and he did well. And then there was like crossbow bolts coming from the darkness, which I'm going to assume is our friend that when we fought Manchun.
Liam. Sorry.
Liam, and then I'm going to assume the crossbows from the darkness were from Manchun's friend, whose name is escaping me right now. But yes, and then the Assyrian Order was like fighting on the field, and I talked to Reimer, and he's basically himself kind of. He didn't really want to talk because he was in the middle of a fight, and then he like perfectly dodged this thing, and he was about to roundhouse kick the shit out of the cultist, and then I caught a tentacle in the mouth, and here I am.
And then there was also the Dragonborn.
Oh yeah. There was also
I know.
Kaiser Vex?
yeah, Kaiser Vex was there. Thank you.
Oh, Kaiser Vex.
Hey.
Kaiser Vex was there. He was yelling out Bahamut. You know how it is.
Yeah.
He was saying something about Tiamat and the dragon line, and then he started naming the colors, all of them.
Amazing.
Yeah, that sounds like someone who worships Bahamut, and that sounds like Kaiser Vex.
But in all seriousness, the city seems like it's in really good hands right now, and people are doing pretty well. So all we got to do is our end of the bargain, and Waterdeep saved, and so is the world and the universe.
Yeah, Venli, Mitra's like if I didn't grow up with money. I think you'd like her.
Oh, I can't wait to meet her.
She was cool. She tried to
us.
Yeah, she tried to kill us.
Me.
Really good at it.
Pretty sure she'd like to Mitra too.
No, I reject that one.
That's Dustin level pun.
Hellish.
He's like, you damn right. But yeah, she was cool. She watched me blow myself up with a cabinet. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed.
You did that.
I must have been getting astral mimosas at that time.
I'll just wake me up for second watch.
Oh wait, I just realized that I admitted that I got blown up by that cabinet. I bet Manchun is somewhere going, got his ass.
Got his ass. He's probably like, I'm
Set
glad
that
it was
trap for
you.
idiots like you.
I'm glad it was you, big guy. I'm glad it was you.
How to break Harold's concentration. Leave red buttons.
Yes.
I just want to imagine Manchun, like when Manchun actually gets caught off guard by something like that he has the ugliest laugh. Like normally he's like, and then he hears Harold got by the drawer and goes.
Cute.
But
anyways,
Got the Seth Rogen laugh.
time goes by, and although there is no way to judge what hour of the night it is, you all feel exhaustion begin to take hold as you've had a busy day. I know a couple of you all split into watches.
Yep.
Is there anything that happens during the night?
I think second watch, Seisha and Orkira have a chat.
Okay, is there anything happening on first watch before we get to that?
First watch is
Us
two. Noticing you're awake mid like wall picking, like, oh,
Hi.
hi.
I was just about to let Nim breathe for. Okay. I was gonna open the hole so we could talk for like a second or two.
Okay. I'll just stick my head in.
Okay.
Opens and
Still can't talk to him because he's still a spider.
Looks up, head turns
I love that we're
to.
thinking the same thing.
It turns to the side. Yeah.
How do you do?
Hey,
Are we there yet?
no. We're at our first stop.
I'm sorry.
Is that a new friend?
No, it's Karina.
The Mason.
Yes.
Inspiring.
It was a wild
Karina
fight.
has a sudden like, fuck! I went all this time. They didn't know I could do magic.
Yeah, it was horrible. She got turned into a giant spider.
Oh, I hear polymorph is a very unfortunate spell.
You should have seen what we just fought. And I'll give him a split second of what we just fought, like the weird orb thing, and show it to him.
And although he has no facial expression, because it is a solid dome that I believe it had 6 different ocular light up holes, you see the colors change to like a red. And he goes, must protect, must keep, must stop.
Must stop. As she's like backing away.
And it's almost like all of the crystal was speaking through him. And he goes, oh, that is dangerous.
So what was that? What just happened? Are you okay?
That was us.
Oh,
The source. The crystal.
that makes sense.
The guardian at the gate.
How are you doing in there with that kind of pushing against your own consciousness?
We have one purpose.
That's good.
Okay.
It aligns with yours. I am not a threat to you.
For now.
I wish I could make a.
Are you an aberration?
No. But people are turning into aberrations left and right. Don't speak in finalities, Nim. No one can ever truly know what's about to happen. Not even a diviner as talented as Petunia.
If we were given multiple possibilities through an infinite amount of time, we could make it finite.
That's true.
That is the purpose of science.
And magic just exists.
As you said, unexplained science.
That's a good point. You know, actually, and this like spark in Vinley's eye that hasn't been there since she first got to Waterdeep and started talking to Alpha Lead. Nope.
Alpha Lead was the one that was saved.
I want Alina Silverman. That one. When she was talking about arcane ways of twisting divine spells, there's this glint in her eye and she goes, if we do get you into that new body, I would love to work with you on a couple of experiments regarding magic and science.
That would be inspiring.
Well, I'm inspired now, Nim. And she hugs
Karina's
him.
like tapping you, like, tell him I want to make trains with him.
Karina would like to make trains with you.
We would love to.
Wonderful. This is going to be so exciting.
What is a train?
Okay, tell him.
And you go through the process of explaining.
It's a
every so
manual
often,
way to teleport.
and every so often, I'm checking in with Muriel and Ithel.
Okay.
I'll pop my head up.
Got it. And there are a couple of things that move throughout the Underdark, but nothing that seems to pose an imminent threat to you. It's just you are in. It's like camping out in the wilderness. Every time you guys did this, there was always something moving around. There was always something nearby. But especially with your tiny hut mimicking like the whetstone that is around you, growing around the toadstools and all of the different forms of mushrooms. They seem to pay no mind to you all. They do not even breach the area of the alarm.
That's good. And I will help explain what a train is.
Got it. And you see over this conversation, Nim is extremely invested in this idea and is definitely engrossed in the idea of helping the commoners transit. But you also notice that there is no more I.
It's just
It is only we.
Played a character like that before.
I think Vinley tucks that away in the back of her head.
Okay. And then
And we wake
Nim
up.
will come out and look around just for like just to look and be like, underground.
It's underground. It's quite beautiful out there.
You know that a lot of phosphorus and bioluminescent mushrooms can be used to create light in spells and in lanterns. And then and then whoop, I'll go
This is
down.
incredible. It's like an encyclopedia.
I was gonna pick a bunch of mushrooms.
And they are the components for light spells.
Yes.
Nice. And then I'll wake up Seisha and Orkira.
Okay.
And it's probably about this time I like revert back and I'm just like, oh. Hi, Nim.
And I hope your polymorph was enjoyable.
You know, oddly, kind of. Kind of. I don't usually get to be that tall.
It is not something that we can experience.
Oh, that's right. You can't. But we could build you some giant mechanical legs, and then you could be like a spider.
Inspiring.
Inspiring.
Packs himself away.
Shutting down.
folks. That's the campaign.
I was imagining too, like Spider Karina when she was trying to explain things, was drawing a train on the wall, and then just realizing to herself, "That's gonna fuck someone up later. I'm gonna leave it."
But as first watch comes to a close, we'll go to second watch as Orkira and Seisha.
Seisha wakes up, puts her armor on, moves outside of the dome, and goes and sits on top of a glowing mushroom to get kind of a higher vantage point.
Orkira will take a little bit more time kind of checking in on everybody, which is basically just her looking around, making sure nobody is more hurt than they said they would be, and then has gone out to go take a look around and is going to come on up to Seisha.
Well, this is a unique sitting place. Is it actually comfy?
It actually is. The mushroom is really cushy. And she
I'll
kind
come-
of scoots over.
Orkira flies up, and then just before she lands, you watch as she looks at her bare feet and you in full plate and armor and everything, and her bare feet, and does some mental calculations and lands.
Oh yeah, it is kind of springy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Orkira is gonna just gently lean onto your shoulder, and then after a beat,
So,
So,
do you need to get it out?
not much to get out. I'm going with the group.
I'm less concerned about that and more about the idea that you were leaving us to do the work we need to do.
I want nothing to do with Nim. Nothing.
Because we're going to lose him. But he's your friend.
I don't.
Isn't he?
No. No, he's not. He's a thing.
So am I.
He's an inanimate object with someone else's soul in him.
Well, if it was an inanimate object, it didn't have us. Oh, no, wait, I see what you mean. Okay, I get it. I got very confused with the souls. Okay, well, so am I.
Harold didn't want to do the dream vision because he was afraid of becoming closer to George and finding sympathy and caring about him. And then we have to kill him. I'm tired. Orkira. I'm tired of the cost. And I'm tired of the fact that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter when I tell people that I am at my breaking point. But it's more important to them to cart him around. My own friends. How is that supposed to feel? How does it feel carrying someone telling you you shouldn't even be alive and walking next to them and fighting next to them? How does that feel? How does it feel? I am done. I'm done. That's it. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm gone.
This whole time, Workier hasn't said anything. Just continue to sit there, nod at some of the things that you're saying. She'll lean in a little closer.
And that's okay.
And if they want Nim here, then they can take care of it. I am not opening myself up to more. I'm not. I'm done. I can't. I have watched people say the most beautiful and heartfelt words to strangers. To call them back. And then I want to feel like I belong. Like people care. But I don't. Ever since I died.
That might be the first thing I'll disagree with. It's obvious you care. You wouldn't be so angry or so upset. And it hurts to care. And it sucks when you think it's not coming back to you. But at this moment, it's hurting you because you do care. I wish I knew how to help with the breaking part. I'm not that kind of cleric. But But you're here. And we love you. And if things go real, real bad, we would like to know that you wouldn't die thinking you were alone.
I've got you.
And there's supposed to be an and on there.
Orkira leans in real close, just like sidewise, one eye into yours.
You've got the others, whether you believe it or not.
I am. I can't. I'm not capable of taking another blow. And I tried saying that, and it didn't matter. It was more important for Nim to come out on an adventure than it was.
Is that what you think this is? Because I thought we were inviting him for practical reasons, but also because knowing that someone is going to die makes people want to spend more time with someone. It sucks that sometimes imminent death is a kindness. You get a chance to say goodbye.
And that's fine. Everyone can say goodbye to him.
But you've already said goodbye to him. You know you can do this. And it'll suck. And no, there's never coming back from these kinds of experiences. There's only moving forward. And if your forward means away, then that's what you gotta do. But until then, we're all in this together. And whether you believe it or not, we all do love you.
And our hero will just lean on in a little bit more and just stop talking.
And Seisha sits rigidly for a good couple minutes. And after about 15 minutes, you just feel her sort of melt into you a little bit.
I'll put a wing around.
I can't tell them till it's over. I don't want the distraction. I want to get this handled. And then I've got to figure out how to do what I need to do. And once I do it, I have to say goodbye anyways, so.
Well, I hope you take a moment to think about if we make it that far, what do you want to remember from these last couple days?
I don't.
But you have to, and so you will. and it sucks. And maybe when it's over, I can take you with me to the Radiant Citadel and you can meet my therapist. This is one of the only reasons that I'm still flying around, doing all this, saying goodbye to people, watching these people make the worst decisions, or what I think are the worst decisions. I don't know.
Every time I think I'm getting better, every time I think I'm climbing my way out, something crushes me again. Every single time.
And every time, you started climbing your way back out again. That's the important part. Because hopefully, there will be other things you'll have to deal with after this.
After this, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it out of this. I mean, I have given it serious thought. When we bring the Blackstaff back, if I went there, do you think Baba Yaga could reach me?
Yes. But I don't know if I know that much about hags. Especially, I just know that one, very scary. Is that what this is really about?
I have so many things hanging over my head from all this. It's part.
Well, you're gonna hopefully have to deal with those when we're done, and you're going to want people by your side to help.
I want people who know how to take me down.
Seisha.
It's one of two things, Orkira. Either I find a way to become immortal, or I become Baba Yaga's horseman, knight, whatever you want to call it. Those are my options. I don't have the luxury of going and getting married and living on a farm and raising kids. I don't.
Here's the thing. You may not know of another way. You might think that there's just the two choices. But how many times, not just with you, but how many times I have seen what I thought was a 2-option situation turn into 5, turn into 10. Things change. And, you know, usually when I was with other people, things changed for the better. When this is over, we will have a world that has been saved so that we can continue to help each other. And if you're right, and there's 2 options now, well, that's 2 options we can start with. I happen to know these really smart people who all love you, who would help you.
I think the problem is I don't trust them.
Okay, well, you gotta give them an opportunity to earn it back.
For you.
For you.
It's not for me. It's for you.
Well, if you're gonna do that for me, and I'm doing this for you, I don't know how that thing ends, but apparently we're both doing this for each other.
Just do me a favor, and if I die in all this, come get some smart people and come to the Feywild before too much happens.
Can do. But hopefully that won't be one of the options you gotta take. And if it is, it won't be the first time I've had to go to the Feywild to rescue someone.
It's not an option. When I die, my final death, she gets me.
For now.
She gets me for a year by the mortal calendar.
No, I mean, for now, she gets you. But
unless she chooses to release me from it.
Well, listen. One catastrophe at a time. Let's save the world. And then let's work on saving you from her. I would like to think if we all work together after saving the world, saving one person we love would be a lot easier.
I'll try.
That's all I can ask.
And I'll snuggle in again.
It's around that time that third watch should be starting.
Okay. I spy something that looks like a rock.
Is it that stalactite?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I will say Karina snuck a note into Harold's pocket while he was sleeping.
This isn't fair. You're so lucky. You always find the, hey, a note.
And it says, "Hey Harold, I know it's probably hard being a bachelor in a group full of ladies. I would love to throw you your bachelor party if you'll let me."
Whose handwriting is this? Is that?
Yep, she did not sign it.
Karina.
Oh, okay. Sweet. All right. I spy. I'm sorry.
They'll just continue on like that.
Yeah, that's what they do for theirs.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Fucking beautiful. But as the day comes to a close, and you all awaken for the next morning, knowing that this is the day, having those complex, deep emotions, what all of that means, what it could mean, that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Joke's on Harold. Karina thinks a stag party is just like getting a bunch of deer.
Joke's on Karina. Harold would love that shit. Where'd you find them all in the city? That one is clearing right through my soul. I love this.
Amazing.
And they're all like dressed up as various characters.
We are getting to the end, as this episode was titled, The Beginning of the End. 5 years in the making.
Wild to think about.
We have a couple of surprises that we may have alluded to, foreshadowed in this episode. But thank you for watching, and have a happy Thanksgiving, and remember to think on all of the things all the memories that we create together during these times of chaos, and be thankful for them as we are thankful for you. Be excellent to each other.
You always roll with advantage. Good night, everybody.